Happy holidays, everybody. We did start it with fuck it, Merry Christmas.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't care. As you can tell, tonight is going to be just loose and fun. It's just a holiday. We have a very special guest for me. Wifekins is here. Hi, that's a whole gaff
Yay.
tonight. So it's first time on the stream. Everybody else, your old hat. So
Rude.
they all know you all.
First you give me a crisis and then you call me a whole old hat.
Well, no, okay.
Yep.
Well, Epsilon's newer. She's a newer hat still too. The rest of
I'm
you.
like
a
I'm like a nice, yeah.
We're all very special guests today because it's Friday.
I'm a recently broken in hat.
There you go. And you're right. It's Friday. It's not a normal stream day. And but let's get started. So this is our nothing to apologize for. This is our holiday one shot that we're doing here. We have some very interesting characters. So there are special races that we used for tonight. There were 3 that the players could choose from. There is an humanoid kind of reindeer. I'll zoom in on some of these. As you can see, our 2 reindeers here. You could also be a what's it called? A groucher? Groucher, which is basically a Grinch, or you could be a living snowman. So those are what we have. So I'm just going to ask everybody. I'll start with Darren. I'll start with Darren Donner here. Just give us a quick, like, what does your character look like and what class are you playing?
Okay. First you give me a crisis and then you start with me.
I just started from the left. Sorry.
No, that's fair.
I can go backwards
usually,
if you'd like.
No, please. It's a bit on Omega's channel at this point that I get thrown off guard because I get started with and I don't expect it. Continue the bit, please.
All right, then go.
Darren.
Introduce yourself. Yeah.
So, hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood Epsilon. I am playing Darren Donner. She is, a bipedal reindeer, basically, with somewhat, like, smaller, more dainty-looking horns. She's a very daintily built, individual, not fucking jacked like some reindeer probably are. Because she is a wizard.
Okay.
An abjuration wizard specifically, because were described as being very, like, intelligent, scholarly sorts. And I was like, I'm gonna play a fucking nerd.
Okay, well, you also gave us a great segue. So right next to you is a incredibly jacked reindeer. Ragnar, you can go next.
So Ragnar literally looks like Rambo, but also Bambi at the same time. Sort of like this picture here.
Bambo.
He is a.
Oh, the name was right there. How did you not go with Bambo?
Well, I didn't want to be too on the nose about it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But he is a veteran of the War of the Bells. And it was a war between the Frost Elves, which was a rebel faction of elves that rebelled against Santa for mistreatment and tried to take the spirit of Christmas. And he's seen some shit, man.
Did you show up to a one shot with
a backstory?
With a backstory and lore?
Way to make me feel inadequate, Ravnok.
Okay.
It did.
Okay, let's move on. Holgaff Utsen. That's played by Bloomerald, aka Wifekins. What does your snowman look like?
First of all, it's Holgoff. Utsen.
Sorry.
Holgoff. You can't get
Holgoff.
I will mispronounce that all night.
I know. All night.
Holgoff.
You've been doing it all week.
It's
Anyways.
hard. It's hard. The gaff wants to come out.
Yeah, it's not a gaff. It's a goof.
Okay.
So I am playing a snowman rogue, and as with all of my other characters, you have no idea what's coming, and you might get shanked by a ice pick.
Oh, is that what you're using? An ice pick?
I don't know. Whatever ice thing I grab off my back.
I'm not telling you.
Might be an ice pick. Might be an ice sword. Who knows what's coming?
Okay.
You never know what's coming. That's the whole vibe.
I'm going
And if I melt, I will come back scarier.
You come back as like a snowman revenant or something. I'll move on. I'll stick with the snowman, and we'll move on to Earl Bives here. Is it Bives?
Yeah. Speaking of being on the nose with their names, my snowman bard looks very suspiciously like the Burl Ives snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I noticed. I didn't put the name together though for some reason.
We literally came up with this on Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Oh, you did. You did.
Yeah.
So, okay, you look like the snowman from Rudolph. That's easy enough to remember. And then our soul groucher, Tren Gald.
Yep. Trengold.
You all came up with the craziest names for this.
Yeah.
Ragnar.
I'm pretty sure I made the most normal of these names.
Maybe.
So
A book character name. And
the
then
best
just
part about me not being American is that to you guys, Trengold sounds like it could be a thing. It probably is. I'm not telling. But no, Trengold is a Battlesmith Artificer Groucher. And I didn't realize until after I'd made it that I literally cannot now help myself, and my little artillery steel thing that I summon, I have to call Max.
You do.
Yes.
I have to.
You do, because you're not allowed to play if you don't.
No.
So
if I Google Trengold, am I gonna get something terrible?
I would suggest don't.
The closest thing you'll probably get is like either Tremodol, which is a pain relief, or like a Tremgold. I think a Tremgold is a type of guitar.
Cool.
I was gonna say, I know Tramadol. I know Tramadol. I read that on the regs.
Here's the thing: if Psychic says something you don't understand, just let it go. Don't Google it. It's never worth it. Okay.
If you are going to Google,
that goes for me too.
Everything.
That's true. Okay, so you all find yourself in the small town of Pine River. You're aware of this town. You're not from the town, but you've heard that their festivities at this time of year are not to be missed. You all do know each other. So you are from a neighboring town and have decided to make the journey over to Pine River in order to participate in the festivities of the season and to see if it's really all that they say that it's cracked up to be. So you have arrived at early afternoon, and the first thing you notice is that the town is abuzz with activity. There are people running everywhere, and they all seem to be wearing the same kind of belt around their waists. It's this like nice green sash that they have, and they've tied it in the middle with like this little red ribbon, and it has a little dangly jingle bell off of it. So just all around, people are running, and you can just hear jingle, jingle, jingle everywhere you go. It's a little overwhelming at first. What do you all want to do first in this town as you've come in? Let me just zoom out a little bit, and I'll describe what the town looks like here. In the middle of the town, there is a town center, and erected in the town center is this gloriously tall, beautiful holiday tree, we'll call it, decorated with ornaments and candles, and underneath it there are just presents, like wrapped presents, and you can see some of the townsfolk bringing and putting these presents under there. You can smell the smells of gingerbread and nutmeg coming from the bakery. And just all around you, there are people are just acting warm, jolly, happy. You'll notice that in all of the windows, there are little silhouettes of holiday scenes that they put up. You can see that they basically kind of put things on the window and then backdropped it with a candle, and magicked them in some cases to where they move and do little scenes.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is Pine River, and this is their annual Winter Reach Festival. What are you doing? What would you like to do first?
Well, what are these buildings here? What do we see?
Okay, so the one right here in front of you to the left. So can I ping?
There's a point in
Yes.
ping.
Yeah, there's
That
a
one.
Whee!
Whoa.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Whee!
Yes.
Can I
Oh,
change
here's
the
the-
color?
Spirit is
Here's the
alive
thing.
and well, everybody.
This is just a small cabin. This over here is the bakery. Okay. This one down here is also just someone else's cabin, as is this one here.
Okay, so let's not break into people's houses.
The one over on the eastern side here is the tavern. This is like
That's where
somebody's
Ragnar's going.
farmstead. And then up here is a church.
Ragnar is very uncomfortable especially by all of the bells, and so he's gonna go and get a drink.
Okay.
He doesn't tell anybody else. He just goes.
Okay. Ragnar, as you turn around, is gone. And everybody give me a perception check.
Oh God.
Perception. There.
He wasn't trying to be stealthy, so it shouldn't be too high of a DC.
You know what? Earl is basically walking around and just being like, Pine River. Did I ever tell you about the time Santa almost missed Pine River? And it's just in monologuing is not paying attention.
Oh, Holgoth, that was low. Let's see.
Got a 16.
They're all low except for Darren. Okay.
Oh wow.
The rest of you are just enamored in the festivities and what's happening in front of you. Darren, you do notice Ragnar slipping off, and you see him walking over towards the tavern. But at the same time, you also hear what sounds to be a commotion coming from the western side over near the bakery. Everyone else
Wait,
seems...
Ragnar, don't!
Yeah, everyone
Does
else is kind
Ragnar
of
hear the
distracted.
commotion? Does
No,
Ragnar
you're
hear
walking in the
commotion?
opposite direction, so you're
Okay.
too far away.
You just like, wait, Ragnar, where you go? Huh? Oh. I like to think that Darren was dragged here because she spent all of this entire festive time just like inside reading books and doing wizard things. I like to think that one of the more garrulous members of our merry band was like, I'm not leaving your house until you agree to come to the Christmas festivities.
Now the question would be,
Probably
who...
Earl.
Okay, I was gonna say, who would that be?
For sure, it's
Earl.
Earl. Earl made everybody
Probably.
come.
Probably Earl.
Okay.
'Cause she's like,
Come on,
she's not
Darren.
opposed to the festive idea. She just doesn't handle crowds well. She's me. She doesn't handle parties well.
You're definitely out of your element here. The town is out, they're buzzing. Everyone is like around, and people are walking really close to you, and everyone that walks by is just very, very jolly. They look at you. Happy holidays! Happy holidays! Welcome to Pine River. So good to see
I'm
you.
just politely waving, ducking into my wizard robe a little bit. Does
Ra-
anybody hear that?
No.
I do declare, I do hear quite a commotion over at the bakery.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should go check it out. I mean,
No, you don't. I do.
well,
Oh, yeah, you
as
didn't hear
I've
it.
told,
I transcend narrative, bitch.
I have told you the story about the time that the bakery almost burned down because nobody was paying attention.
Well, yeah,
See,
that's
the
why.
elves were cooking up something good for Santa, but they ran out of time and left before the pie was finished.
Good.
Earl, this is the third time you've told this story.
That is. That's
Honestly.
amazing.
I was gonna say Ragnar is over there. Ragnar's
Little
at the
new.
bar.
Okay.
Ragnar's at the bar. He didn't even hear this. He's drinking his first drink and he goes, "Have I ever told you about the time?" He's just sitting there.
Darren just kind of stalks off in that direction just to like get away from the gab
So, are you going
and walk
towards
into a fucking confrontation. Yeah.
the bakery? Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna like
Perfect.
absolutely like snoop. I'm in maximum snoop
Yeah.
mode.
Okay.
It'll for sure
Also,
take a
what
long time
someone
because
should-
I'm a snowman and don't have legs.
Someone
But
should probably follow
it's actually
her.
easier for you to walk here because snow is covering the ground, so you kind of just glide across the ground.
Oh, that's right.
You're like Gumby.
Tren and
Seems like
Holgoth.
everybody is.
What are the two of you doing?
It seems like everyone's going off and doing their own thing. Hold off, what you want to do?
Can I just melt into the snow and stealth away?
You
No,
absolutely
I
can.
would deal-
Give me-
deal with this on
Give me
you.
a stealth check with advantage.
What? Teach me how to do that on.
So go to stealth, right click, and then it'll say advantage. So her magic item she chose was the Cloak of Elvenkind, but in this case,
Yes.
it is a scarf
Ah,
that she keeps wrapped around her neck
Aw.
because she's a
best
snow.
item. Best
That's
rogue
pretty cool.
item.
How would I do that on the iPad?
Just click it
Hold
twice.
down, maybe.
It may be actually if you hold down, it might.
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
hold down.
Or you
If
can
not,
just
just
click.
roll it twice on your own.
Yeah, that'll work too.
You don't need your fancy advantage settings.
You did it.
Oh my
Roll a
God.
natural 20.
Ma'am.
She just
You
like
no longer exists.
collapsed into the snow and no longer exists.
So, do you wear a hat?
No?
Okay. Do you have
If
a
I
carrot
wore a
nose?
hat, it would be left places.
Do you have a carrot
See, I
nose?
feel like
No, I don't have a carrot nose.
Okay,
My
I'm just
nose
trying
is made of ice.
Wow,
someone
okay.
used a hat to start the ball that you're made of, so when you melt, the hat's still there. You just weren't wearing it.
Yeah, Trin, you turn around to tell Holgoff,
Golf.
Holgoff, so let's go, but they are gone. Holgoff, you just
Holgoff.
melt completely into the snow. You can now move anywhere in this town. No one will know where you are. You're basically driving under everyone's feet. You are one with the snow.
You've clipped through the map.
You glitched
Yeah.
this out. So I want to see where she's trying to go.
Oh
Oh,
god,
wow.
where's she going?
There's
All right,
You've just gone off into the wild blue yonder.
we'll come back to that.
Seems
So,
like everybody's left. I mean, I could have been alone back at home, but nope, I had to come here too.
I mean,
Now-
I
now
wasn't sneaking.
Now I said, Trin, why don't you come with us and find out? We might need some assistance over here at the bakery.
I love how even when he's talking to somebody, it's like you're telling a story.
Yeah.
Well, I
Fine.
said,
I can cook. I'll come over. I got some tools.
are you
That went very New York for a second, and I love it.
are you trying to like not draw attention to yourself, Darren?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a stealth
You want-
check from you.
Yeah. I give all my wizards stealth proficiencies. but it
Are
ain't
you?
gonna do
Good.
me much fucking good.
10 was the DC for this.
Oh,
They're pretty
okay.
distracted.
Okay, good shit.
Once you kind of pop around the corner, you can see that there's just this huge crowd, and they are like beating on the door of this bakery.
Like,
Come on, let us
angrily?
in! Let us in now! And you can see like there's like this raged building, and they look like they're about to just knock the door down.
I fear. I look at Trent. I fear.
Mm. Alright.
Earl is gonna slide up and be like, "Well, now, everybody, what is the meaning of this? Is there a reason that we need to be knocking on the bakery's door? I heard a story once about somebody knocking down a door and not being able to fix it afterwards."
This is my favorite character.
The crowd kind of looks around at each other, and then one of them steps forward. He's this kind of older, distinguished-looking gentleman. Well, I see that there's another. Kind of looks you up and down. Man?
Sure.
Question kind of hangs in the air. Of refinement here today. Forgive the way we present ourselves. We're merely trying to get our hot cocoa. He was supposed to be open 10 minutes ago, and he still has not unlocked the door. I say this is completely unacceptable.
I understand. You know, patience is a virtue. And I pull out, it says it's a dulcimer. What it is actually a banjo. And I'm going to pull it out and start tingling on it. Well, what? While we're waiting, why don't I play us a little song? Maybe about the Christmas spirit.
Performance.
Oh my god.
Alright. Hang on, let me get over there.
Earl, I think you are my favorite character. I've seen you play. It's close to what was
I'm
your
so
golden
good.
vote?
Oh no. I was gonna say I'm so good at Bard, but
You're
rolls aren't agreeing with
Inspiration.
me.
Oh wait, can you inspire yourself?
I don't think
I
It's a-
mean,
I don't think you can.
You can't retroactively bardic inspiration yourself anyway.
no.
I
Right.
think it's theoretically possible, but not recommended.
The man kind of looks you up and down. Yes, well, that's quite an interesting tune you have there, but I'm sorry to say it's nothing compared to the hot cocoa they make at this place. Plus, the gingerbread men are to die for. So if you'll excuse us, we'll get back to our rampaging. And he kind of turns around, and he doesn't join back in, but he says, carry on. And then the two men that are at the door just start trying to beat it down.
We'll get back
Yeah,
to our
it seems to be
rampaging.
the problem
That's
here.
not my cat.
What'd you
Ragnar's
say,
really
Jen?
upset he's missing all this rampaging.
Yeah.
Nothing of.
Oh man, I
and-
didn't. I was gonna get message and I didn't get message.
I got message. I
Did I
think.
ever tell you
Look up
about the
through
time that there
the
was a
window.
rampage?
And have a look
Yeah,
inside.
You gonna have a look inside? Yeah, give me a perception check.
And have a look inside. Perception. Can't see shit. Too much snow.
It's not some. Oh, was that a natural one? Wow.
That's
Man,
a
these
It's
nat
not
one,
so
yeah.
much
Ugh.
just the snow, but because they've got so much heat going on inside, the windows are just completely fogged.
That too is
I mean, I didn't really want to look in there anyway.
All right, Darren, you want to try anything?
Oh God. What do I even got? I didn't take that much like utility casting because I figured the artificer would have it covered, but
Fireball would clear them out real fast.
I looked through a window. I don't know what to tell you, love.
I mean fucking lights. I don't know.
What do I have? Aside from a Pokeball in my hand.
I mean, I wish I had fireball at this level.
That's right. You're 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I like stealth around and like stand on my tippy toes and see if I can see anything through the other window?
Yeah, you give me a
This
perception
whole
check.
bakery's about to go up in flames now.
No.
Something bad's about to
God.
happen.
Oh yeah, no, someone's super dead in there.
15. Okay. You manage to kind of pull yourself up a little bit because you can see like they have one of the windows further back is actually cracked a little bit at the top. So you kind of pull
I'm on the
yourself
tip
and
of
look
my
in,
hooves.
and there's a man inside, really sturdily built, and it looks like, I mean, he is just sweating, and he is just like pouring hot cocoa as fast as he can, and he's got like a million things going on, and he is stressing out. And every time someone knocks on the door, he like looks at the door and he looks scared for his life, but he just keeps going back and just trying to make everything. You can tell he's a bit of a perfectionist because he'll like put some of the whipped cream on top and then he'll be like, and then he'll pour the whole thing out and start over.
What is he doing?
There's just a guy in there. It's only one guy. Of course the poor thing's not opening on time. He's trying to do the work of like at least 3 people all by himself. I have message. May I message this man from fucking outside the window? And
Absolutely.
I've got my hand through the wrong part of my sleeve. Have I had that way all day? Anyway, you look like you could, you look like you could use some help. I'm at the window.
Oh, bless you. I could use a hand. Yeah. He like walks over and he pulls a chair up and he stands up on it and he lowers the window the rest of the way. Oh, you're like an angel. Please, they're getting restless out there.
Of course.
Or an angel.
They're going to break the door down. They're going to steal everything I have. They're crazy this time of year.
That's one way to put it.
Come in, please. And you kind of clamber through the window. I will ask you to make me one. Ooh. What's a cooking roll? Survival?
Sleight of hand? Or survival,
or sleight of hand. That'll work too.
A sleight of hand is 1 better, so
take that.
I'll take it.
I feel like sleight of hand because bakery is magic. Have you seen some of the shit they can do? Holy damn.
Okay. With that,
decent.
You manage to help him really pick up the pace. You can see like when he goes to start pouring things out, you kind of take it and you just start like taking it over. And within the next 3 minutes, you're able to open the door and get them and start getting them some coffee. As you pull the door open, one man just kind of tumbles in as he was like trying to elbow it down or shoulder it down and just falls onto the floor. And then when everybody sees you, this huge cheer goes up as they just like they run in and they start grabbing their cocoa and then they don't pay or anything. They just grab it and then they like thank you profusely. They seem incredibly happy now. And then once they get it, they go off on their way.
I see the Christmas spirit doesn't involve payment.
What just happened?
Well, you see, every year for Winter Reach, I make hot cocoa and gingerbread men for the town, and it's become quite popular, apparently. I didn't really think it would become this popular. Anyway, normally I have some help, but they've not showed up for work today, unfortunately. Anyway, thank you so much. And the 2 of you, as he sees you coming through, did you help outside quell the...
Well, we tried our best, but it does look like you imbued the very Christmas spirit right into that cocoa.
Well, I didn't mean to, but I need to give you something for your efforts. 1 second. He kind of goes back and he brings back these really nice gingerbread men. And you can see they each have like little gumdrop buttons all the way down, and they look delicious. And he hands one to each of you. Now, I thank you so much for your assistance. But I need to get back to baking. If you'd like to stick around, you can.
How come your help didn't show up? Did they, like, notify you or anything?
Nope, they just didn't show. I don't know
what's
going on.
That's rude. You don't have a way to contact him?
Sometimes people just get caught up in the Christmas spirit, the holiday spirit. Christmas isn't a thing in this world because of reasons. But,
Christ doesn't exist.
so they got caught up in the holiday spirit and they just didn't show. We'll worry about that tomorrow. Anyway, I appreciate your help.
Want some help, I can help.
You know, I remember a story about a gingerbread man who ran away from his makers, and he got eaten by a fox. So
Trent
maybe
is going to play a prank as soon as Earl starts telling that story. He's going to tap the gumdrop buttons on his gingerbread man and make that his homunculus servant.
Okay.
And he's going to have it like jump out of your hand and run out the door. Well, you mean like that one?
just like that one.
Did you make the gingerbread man run out the door?
Yeah.
Okay. The gingerbread man hops out and just runs away. For those of you that kept your gingerbread man, it serves as a minor healing potion if you eat it.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to be really sus of this thing.
So
I don't
let's pause there and we'll jump over and see what Ragnar has been doing over here in the bar.
Ragnar is pretty uncomfortable with the Christmas vibe. It brings back a lot of memories from the war, so he wants to go and just kind of like get a buzz on so that he can handle being here. He's here with his friends. He's trying to be social, trying to get his shit together, you know?
Okay.
So he has had an aquarium of whiskey at this point, and he's feeling a little bit better. And so he kind of wants to go try to find his friends.
Okay. So you'll head out that way. It's not too hard to find them. But so as you're going back over there, let's jump to Holgoff. Did you move again?
One of these
Where the
days.
hell did you go? You're not supposed to stealth from me. Have you just been moving
What are you
around?
gonna do? Roll to find?
Yeah,
Roll
DM, roll
find them?
perception.
Yeah, roll perception, DM.
She does this to me every time she plays. I was like, how many times have
Okay.
you moved that token?
I moved it once.
Okay.
Did you want me to do what I normally do and stab somebody right off the bat, or did you want me
No.
to just stealth around?
Holiday. This isn't Strahd.
I didn't kill anybody yet.
She could,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
How much ho 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 holiday do you want me to have?
Where
Ho
would
ho
you
no.
where would you have been
Oh, no.
going? Like when you were stealthing around in the snow, were you exploring the entire town? Did you have somewhere in particular you wanted to go?
No. I was just sticking close to the reindeer.
Oh, so you're like hailing Ragnar.
I'm outside the tavern.
Oh,
Okay.
you're spying on him.
He just doesn't know.
Okay. Yeah, he has no idea. You're basically the environment right now.
You have no clipped into
I am
The
the snow and
ground?
the snow is me. I am the snow and the snow is me.
So you're gonna follow him to get back with the group?
Snow is the mind killer.
I will follow to a point.
Give me a perception check.
You know, you're really testing me on this stuff.
Snow is the mind killer. Is that a thread from this sweater? Or is that from my nice fabric?
Hey, that was
13.
nice.
Yeah.
On the iPad, you can just click the number.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've not played from an iPad. As you're kind of tailing him at a distance, you see this really tiny figure running in your direction. It looks like a fleeing gingerbread man, just kind of barreling towards you. It doesn't see you, but it's
I
easy
was
enough
waiting
to
for
where
it to be a child.
if you just wanted to reach up and grab it and suck it down into the snow, you could.
Not my gumdrop buttons. Yeah, let's do that.
As Gingy's
Suck
kind
it
of
down.
running, it's almost like it's just you're like this like predator under the ground. As it runs over top of you, your hand just shoots up, engulfs it, and just pulls it back under the snow. There's just this
You're
little
just
fluff of snow, and it's gone.
You're just fucking Jaws of the land.
Does Ragnar
Land Jaws coming soon to a theater near you.
I'd like to think
Pull
I
the
just
gingerbread
am like a
down.
sinkhole that pops up every now and then.
Okay, Ragnar,
Gingerbread
you roll
pull down.
me perception. Holgoff,
No, wait,
you roll me your stealth again.
You're like the xenomorph that like steals the guy in the back that will like steal a guy in the background and yank him away.
Yep.
It's just funny as well because you just pull the gingerbread out of here. Oh,
You, Ragnar, you thought you saw something like run past you, but when you turn around, it's just gone. So you're thinking maybe you had a little too much whiskey, and you're starting to see things.
How well do we know each other? Us,
You know
characters.
each other. Let's see.
We're colleagues.
Yeah,
At
you have
least.
known each other for a while, enough to where you would have
Oh.
agreed to go on this little road trip together. Because you
Pretty
I
much
also
about as
know-
well as like we do in real life.
Right.
Pretty
Well,
much.
the reason I ask is, if we've known each other for a while, I assume I know Holgaff does shit like this, and so
You
I
wouldn't-
assume it's her or him.
It's a
It-
her, right?
It's a
Her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holgoff transcends gender.
You would know, yes, they do shit like this all the time. And if you've played D&D with them before, you would also know they do shit like this all the time.
Ragnar
Man,
just
look.
is
It's great.
exasperated. He just like keeps walking.
Okay. At this point, it's getting a little bit later in the day. You all stuck around a little bit to help the man kind of clean, like get things ready, and he gave you some hot cocoa and everything. At this point, he kind of like starts wiping his hands on his apron. Oh, again, thank you. Well, are you going to the celebration tonight?
Why,
Maybe.
yes, I do
So?
believe we are.
Don't mean to presume, but this wouldn't be your first time, would it? To Winterreach.
Well, I've heard many stories, but yes, this is our first time.
yes.
Allow me
That's
to
right.
give you the tour. I'm walking over to the campsite now. If you'd like to come with me, and I can give you a tour of the festivities and kind of
Hang
explain
on.
what's going on.
Oh,
Something
that would
happened
be
with
very
gingerbread.
kind of you. Maybe we will find our other companions on the way.
It's about
Give me
that
one
time.
second.
Sorry, go ahead.
Something happened to the gingerbread. Hold on.
Because you can tell.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
yeah,
tell
you-
when a homunculus. I say like, hang on. Holgaff took the gingerbread again. She
Well,
did it last-
Well, you let
I've
your
got
food
some more
run away.
here, and he'll give you
This
two
one's
more.
like doubly
Mm.
magical. You should hang on to that, like, actually.
Yeah. I just wanted to play a prank on Earl. I thought it'd be funny.
It was.
I'm very surprised that I could keep my voice that low for so long. Jesus, that is killing my throat.
Yeah, it's you're not as loud when you do it, so sometimes I have to I have to make sure that I catch it when you say something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it better if I do this?
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ!
Very loud.
Consume your mic.
That was
Much
not
better.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Earl,
I did that.
Earl would be like, "Why, yes, it was a very funny prank. Did I tell you about the time that I was
Probably.
pranked by the Santa? Oh, you know what? That is very true. Why don't we go along with our tour, and then maybe we could talk about our stories later?"
All
I
right.
love
Well,
Earl so much.
let me just lock up, and then we'll get going. Is this one with you? He says as like Ragnar finally shows up.
Why, yes, Ragnar, welcome back to the group. I was wondering where you had gone off to.
Okay.
Ragnar kind of talks like the Christian Bale Batman, so he's like, I had to go get a drink. I couldn't be here for too long. I'm feeling better now. It looks
you were
like there
gonna
was
go
some
with
kind of
like a-
rampage. Did I miss a rampage?
You can smell it in the air. There was a rampage here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Why,
these
yes,
people
you
don't
you
live-
missed just about the biggest rampage I've ever seen about some hot cocoa.
It's good hot cocoa though. The best
You've
in
never,
town.
Yes, it's very good. I do believe, I mentioned it earlier, but I do believe you did put the holiday spirit directly into that cocoa.
That's what I strive to do every year. I'm sorry. I
Mm.
haven't introduced myself. I'm Theo, by the way. It's nice to meet all of you. I think you said you had missing companions. Is there someone else that's supposed to be with you?
Ah,
You just said
yes, I'm sure
Theo.
she's around somewhere. She's very good at hiding.
Okay. Well, are you ready for a tour? I'll give you a tour of the gathering place where we celebrate around the tree, and then I'll tell you the story of Winter Reach, and it'll probably clear up some of the, more out there traditions that we have. So follow
Why,
me. I'll just
yes.
lock up. Finishes cleaning up and locks up. Holgoff, you can see them now coming out, and they're making their way into the central area with the tree. And I'm just going to use one of these random commoners for him.
Hang on, let me get my notebook out so I can write down this story. Maybe it might make a good story for later. My good friend Rank and his other friend Bass really like to make books about these stories sometimes. So maybe I'll write it along.
Well, that would be great. It's always nice to have our traditions recorded. So, yes, come with me. This is. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Does Holgath have anything metallic on them? Or like metal on them?
Oh no.
That's a
Just
good
for a
question.
fun little.
I don't think so. Do you have anything?
Absolutely not.
Because
Okay.
no, you do have, and you made sure to say you never leave home without your rapier.
Oh, damn it. No, it's an ice rapier.
I was gonna
Just
say
one.
All out of ice picks. That's fair. That's fair. It is
Hang on.
thematic.
No, man.
She also has thieves' tools.
While we're
That's
walking,
true.
I'm gonna find Holgath while we're walking. And he uses his all-purpose tool and turns it into a this is just
Is it a
Christmas
fucking
whimsy.
metal detector?
He turns it into a metal detector and turns it to the ice and snow section and just starts like walking with it like this to find her.
Ragnar
That
is
sounds
like,
like a Christmas thing.
she's just right behind us. She's always just right behind us.
You're
You
right.
keep
He turns
saying
around,
that.
does a 360, and then keeps
Beep,
walking
beep,
forwards.
beep, beep.
Yep, you do start to hear a beep, 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 beep. And you do
Well, I
see
found
off in the, let's see, where is she now? Oh, she didn't move.
God.
But
She heard
I
the
haven't
beep
moved.
fucking dipped. She was like, bye.
runs away.
You ain't finding me now, you old bastard.
So, you do, I will say, because of that and the gingerbread that she has, you have a general idea of the direction. So you kind of know where she is. Like with your eyes, you still can't differentiate the difference between her and the snow. But you've got a decent idea that, okay, she's close by and likely within earshot of you. As Theo
I've
brings
spent
you
my
into
little
the
second cooking mode.
central
gingerbread.
square here, he goes, so this is our holiday tree. Every year we chop down the biggest tree we can find in the forest, drag it out in here and put it up, and we light it up with candles. And he kind of stops. I never really thought that that's probably not the safest thing to do. Either way, candles, and then we decorate it with these ornaments. And man, this tradition dates back, oh, generations. Really, I've been doing it ever since I was born. Really, to be honest, I don't really know the origin of it. I don't really know why we do it, but it's pretty. Each year we try to make it just a little bit bigger. In the spirit of giving, what we all do is everyone from the town brings a gift, and we bring it and we put it under this tree, and then at sunset we will all come and we will take a gift. We don't know what's in it, so everyone gives and everyone receives a gift every year. So sometimes you get something really cool. Sometimes you get like, he kind of looks around. Old Lady Gretchen's socks. They're really itchy and they're not very comfortable, but somebody gets one every year. And yeah, where I'm heading, though, and he kind of points off towards the northeast, and you can see at this point the sun is getting closer and closer to setting. And you can see that there's another group that is kind of gathered around these 3 bonfires that they built up in the northeast. That is where we sit and we wait the children. Do you know about Rao? Kind of looks around.
Hang on, I think we need to take a step back. Why are we waiting for the children?
Okay, so the story is Rao is this mythical snowy wolf. And as legend has it, long ago there was a child that was lost in the woods. It came upon this wolf, and fearing for its life, it tried to hide. But Rao was no ordinary wolf. It was a benevolent god of winter. It saved the child and led it back into the village. Now, of course, these are just stories, but every year we have a tradition. The children all get to run out and play in the woods, and then we send out people to bring them back, and slowly throughout the day, and then the last one is brought back right at sunset. Now, before you ask, we give each of the children, we give them little tokens that make it impossible to not be able to scry on them. So we know where they are at all times for emergencies. But it's really like a game of hide and seek. And whoever is able to stay out there the longest is crowned the winner of this year's winter breach. The children really love it. But it's really just to pay homage to that story that kind of built up around the town. So
after so many
out
years,
of character, some child is definitely going to get eaten.
Would you consider
Ragnar,
the
like-
wolf out of the family?
repeat that, Trent.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Would you consider the wolf as part of the family? Then, after so many years with this tradition,
Sure. I mean, the wolf is a fairy tale. I mean, there is no actual wolf. There probably never was, but it's just a nice story. It's just how we celebrate it. But, I mean, the wolf is part of our traditions.
Well,
I can't do it. I can't keep a straight face and say it. I'm gonna make a joke about calling it a wolfkins, but I can't do it in the voice without cracking.
I've been trying to put it together, so
I tried
Well,
so
With
hard.
some kind of wolf kin. Is that what you're saying?
Something like that, yeah.
It's your wolf and it's
And
your
then they're
kin.
chasing after the kids. That was a whole joke. I couldn't keep a straight face. That's
And
all
it's
it
a wolf
was.
kin.
It wasn't even
Maybe
funny.
Very good joke.
That would have been
Then it's the wolf's wife kin.
that would have been pun worthy, but you couldn't make it through it. So
I
sorry.
couldn't do it. It was too funny for me.
Failed.
Holgath, give me a perception check.
That was not worth it, by the way.
22.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. As they are having this conversation, and you're close enough to be able to pick it up, you do see 2 figures that look, I don't want to say shady, but they're definitely trying to find a place to have a conversation in private. And they definitely seem stressed or flustered.
Can I follow them?
Absolutely. So you kind of break away
Snoop.
as he's continuing to talk, and they kind of come down this alley over here, between like this house and the park. And they kind of get up close to the house, and you follow around. There's 2 of them. There's one that is a man that's probably in his early 40s. He is extremely flamboyantly dressed. Like nothing on him matches. You see both of his socks are mismatched. One's red, one's green. He has like this little jingly hat on, and he's wearing like imagine like Willy Wonka's outfit, but like a brighter purple. And the other is like an old lady who's just following us like slowly behind. But you come up around,
Grandma.
and the 2 of them are just kind of looking around to make sure that no one's overhearing them. The man looks at her and says, I do believe we might have to alert the populace at some point today, don't you think? And the lady goes, well, I'm still holding out hope they'll make it back before sundown. Well, we've never had someone out this late before. There's no way that they have been... Look, the child's been missing all day, and the person we sent out to find them hasn't come back. Now, I'm starting to think that something happened out there, and if we don't alert somebody, they're going to stay out there all night. The old lady just kind of like shrinks in on herself a little bit. If we mention it to the town, they're gonna cause an uprising. It's gonna ruin the festivity. What we need to get that child back now. We need to send somebody out there, and we need to get them home, preferably before sunset. The man just kind of looks flustered. Look, at some point, we're going to have to tell the boy's parents, right? We have to do something. What do you want to do,
The
Holgath?
child is
Super dead.
Just don't get it wet. Don't feed it after midnight. Yada yada.
Can I ask a
Yeah.
quick question?
Sure.
Where was Holgath when she saw these people?
So she had kind of followed around and was waiting here near the park.
Okay.
And
So
she kind of
Ragnar
saw
is
them.
always on the lookout for shady characters. So would he be able to see
I'll
this
give you a
and possibly
perception
follow
check.
as well?
I'll give you a perception check. And then
What's
Holgath
your
would have
passive,
moved
dude?
this way. 18.
Oh,
The guy's story's not really interesting you anyway, either. So you can... I'll tell you what. You can come over here, like up in this corner. And with a stealth check, you'll be able to listen in without them knowing you're there.
Nice.
Man.
15.
The dice tell a story. Let's go.
15's good enough, especially because you can see there's like a little wall there too. So it's easy enough for you to get in there. So yes, now Holgoth and Ragnar, you two have that piece of information. Yeah, you probably would have just gone like right here. Because they're having it in this alley right here. So you can just kind of get there and like listen through the, or even into here. And just kind of listen through the wall.
Well, Ragnar's going in, he's like being really over the top, like military training, like up against the wall, like scooting real slow, and hiding behind things, just being really over the top about it. But no one saw him, I guess. So.
Oh, 15 was what
Makes
you
him
needed.
roll through the snow. Antlers get stuck in the ground for a second, so sort of like pull himself out and then keep rolling.
That's funny.
we love it.
So, you both have this information. What are you doing with it?
Ragnar just stops being stealthy and says, tell me more about these kids.
Oh, dear Lord, you scared the crap out of me.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Where are they?
The old woman kind of jumps. The man, oh, you almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you listening?
I heard enough. Tell me where these kids are and where do I need to go to save
If you
them?
heard enough, then you would know that we don't know where the child is.
Well, what kind of information do you have?
Come out of the park and keep your voice down, please.
What kind of information do you have?
He kind of walks over to, at this point, he walks over to the wall, right? And you guys are like doing that spy meeting thing where you're both up against different sides of the wall, trying to have like a conversation.
You got a fucking tin can and everything.
All we know is that there's still one child that's still out there. Now, typically, that's not such a big deal, but normally we've able to locate them all, and then we just save one to bring in at sundown. Everyone cheers, yada yada. It's a wonderful time. We all get drunk, and it's great. But when we went out to locate the child, we found the device near a lake up to the north, and We've not heard back from the person we sent to retrieve them.
You don't have these children followed?
Well, we give them devices that we track them magically through scrying and all that, but when we scryed on
Obviously,
the device...
it's working well.
Well, normally it does, but today it isn't.
Kill issue.
Now listen, are you going to be a problem here? We're trying not to let this get out.
No, I'm going to try to be the solution.
What do you mean?
That was good.
I'm going to go find
That
this
was
kid.
really good.
That
Holy
was
gotta
shit.
find
good.
it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty good. I'm giving you inspiration for that, because that was
I was
good.
gonna say that's not a
Yay.
pun. That was just a metal line.
That was metal.
Do you really think you can find this child by yourself?
I don't know if I can find this child, but I'll die trying.
Well, that's good enough for me. If you if you wouldn't mind, meet me up near the cemetery behind the church. I'll show you how to slip off into the woods without anyone noticing, and I'll give you directions to where we last saw the child.
That's not suspicious at all.
Don't be
Damn.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
About how tall is this wall that we're standing next to?
About how tall are you?
I'd say he's like about like 7 feet tall,
Okay.
and then like the antlers are
7 feet. Your head would be. You can stand up and see over it.
Oh, okay. Well, then to leave, Ragnar does like a cool military thing where he just like climbs up and leaps over the wall, and then is
Okay.
silent, and no one knows he's leaving, or no
You
one.
can see
no
the
one hears another
antlers
thing out of
sticking
him.
up.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Just leaving this conversation. Nowhere in particular.
Okay. I thought you were just like, okay, are you going back to your friends? I thought you were just going. Like, no
I'm
one
just
else
going on-
knows.
I'm just going
Bye.
there.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's for dramatic effect.
That's the
Or you
side of
just-
the wall he's on. So you climb over
Oh.
to his side of the wall.
Well, then I throw him.
Just back over the wall.
Yeet a man
Bye.
over the wall
Then I
into where
don't do
we
this.
are.
Then I don't do this. I'll
Actually, I
save
like
that one
that.
for later.
I like that, actually, because the rest of them can hear the poof of the snow, which draws their attention over in your direction.
You'll just hear a Wilhelm go over the wall.
Oh my god.
Ah! I can't do that. I can't do
That's a
that
pretty
noise.
good Wilhelm, though.
Was it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, okay. I thought it
Oh,
was
that was
terrible.
funny. There we go. I heard it.
Ah!
So, The-
Perception check to hear what just
nope,
happened.
you hear it.
Do we hear the Wilhelm scream?
He screams
The-
loud enough for everyone to hear. So at this point, you all know something's going on, and you realize that Ragnar's no longer there, and Trin, you notice that your little snow detector isn't beeping anymore, which means that Holgoff has run off too.
Dang it.
And that's why I always say you never want to say that it's just a I'll just give us a couple minutes. I believe we have something to take care of. My friends, let's go see what's going on. Excuse us, please,
yeah.
for a minute.
So
Trent is gonna pick up the other end of the metal detector, fold it down back into an all-purpose tool and back in his pocket.
all right.
I have just turned him into Inspector Gadget.
I
The
love that.
all-purpose tool is the Inspector Gadget hat.
We've got
I mean, the Grinch basically is Inspector Gadget with all this shit he can
Right.
just
He
pull out of
is.
his ass.
Did I just walk over a wall? It's probably
I like to think that Darren has been trying to exit this interaction for the past 10 minutes.
Darren is me in real life.
Ragnar has not had
Darren
a
is
purpose
me in
since
real
the
life.
war. Ragnar has not had a purpose since the war, so when you guys are coming up, he is leaping back and forth over the wall and like counting.
How do we get out of this this enclosure?
Well, you can just move it over, but
Around,
you would
Okay.
basically go out the front and then
You're-
around to the right.
You're a dude. Wouldn't you just be able to clear
No,
it?
I
How
was
high could
gonna
those
say
things
I
be?
probably can, but I'd like to think Darren is 6 foot something, including the antlers. 6 foot.
Oh, it's
max.
a baby deer.
No,
The
she's
widow-
just
the
short.
A widow guy.
Well,
Earl's gonna go up to Ragnar and be like, now, Ragnar,
She's
there's
short
no
and a woman.
there's no reason to be jumping over that there wall for us. Why don't you settle down for a minute and tell us what's going on?
he doesn't stop jumping over the wall, but he explains about there's kids missing and we've got to find them. And he's like, that's pretty much, he just tells the whole story, but that's the gist of it.
The guy gets up and he's dusting snow off. And just to be clear, there's only one child missing, so it's not as dire as it sounds. That did not come out right.
So you consider one child not bad enough?
I'm just
What
saying.
about the kid that works at the bakery?
Well, there's a child that does deliveries for the bakery, but there is a man that works there that we sent out to try to find the child earlier today.
And
They
where
haven't
is
come
that
back yet.
gentleman now?
Oh, I have no idea. He hasn't come back.
I seem to have made the assumption that it's 2 children.
No. Do you think we would send a
Still
child
jumping over the fence.
to recover another child? That's just ludicrous.
Well, to be fair, you did
Look at
already lose one of them.
I mean, a 17-year-old, like, in human years could be feasibly competent, and that's still a child.
God, I just need a moment.
You all make very valid points, but it doesn't really help us in the situation at hand. Now, does it?
I need to
Straight up
BRB.
imply.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go find these kids because I have a weird feeling that there's supposed to be an encounter, and typical Wolfkin's fashion, we are not fucking getting there.
Nope.
Well, Ragnar's ready. He's ready to
Yep.
run. He just doesn't know where. Just tell him where to go.
Okay.
He's good at following orders.
As you
You're like
meet,
poofing at the ground.
the man asked you to meet him up at the cemetery, and it wasn't necessarily just to be creepy, but essentially you're going into the woods at the north here. So he's
Sure,
asked you to kind of meet him, and I'll ping really quick up here.
Okay.
That
You never
way,
go to the second location.
away away from the fire, so that no one sees you going out into the woods, and then slipping into
Oh Jesus! I gotta.
This probably
fucking-
needed to be
man.
a two-parter.
nah.
Where the hell?
It's not even. It's just now.
Earl,
We're good.
Earl,
Yeah, we'll
did I
lose
ever
Killer
tell you
in the
joke
next
about the
5
cemetery?
minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone. My camera's going. No, actually, I'm on different internet right now because I
Oh.
already had cut out a little bit. So
Mine was cutting out earlier, and I was getting really upset. I was like, no, I haven't gotten to play like all week, and I'm going crazy.
yeah.
Here at the end of the year, it's difficult to get things together. All right.
Earl, did I tell you the story about the cemetery? How people are dying to get inside?
That's a very funny joke you just said to me. You know, I'm friends with the early spring bunny, and he once told me some jokes about some rebirths I shall tell you about sometime. You know, the snow and all this holiday spirit really brings something out. I feel like I should play a little song for you. Again, banjo out.
Got a
This is-
really little goblin-looking man, except he's really old. But he's also a comedian. He used to be like a psychic, but now he's a comedian. I think his name
Oh,
was,
that's
like,
just me.
I was gonna
no, I
say.
think his name was Yoda or something. I don't know. He always goes, funny joke.
What kind of car do I drive?
A Toyota.
Fun fact, Husbubbles knows Aaron Hansen.
That
Really
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
cool.
jealous as fuck.
Wolf's
Anyway,
like, that's nice, sweetie. Anyway.
Anyway, so he brings you to the edge of the forest, and he gives you the directions to the last place they were able to scry on the item they gave the child, and it's to the northeast, just a little ways, probably 30 minutes walk. And it's near this lake that's been frozen over. And that's the direction. He kind of points you in that direction and just begs you to hurry because they are trying to get this child back before sunset. That way nobody panics.
So remind me, the object that they carry that lets them get scryed on,
It was dropped.
It was dropped.
Yeah,
okay.
They found it. They found that, or when they scried, they saw that, but the child wasn't anywhere near it. It's like a little bracelet.
Okay. I was going to say maybe we start looking where that got dropped.
Yeah, and that's where he's pointing you. That's
okay,
the
cool,
frozen lake.
I was like, do I have to fucking detect magic and shit to like navigate us, or do we actually? Okay,
No, he
we know
points you
what's
in the
up.
direction.
Cool.
Since
We know
the
what's up. We know what's
gingerbread
up.
Got destroyed as we walk in to save some time.
Where's
Tren
Holgoth?
is going to pull an opal out of his bag in his little jewelers section and is going to create a proper homunculus this time to create a squirrel. Because
squirrel?
I'm sick and tired of using birds.
Okay, perfect.
I love birds.
And just to clarify, the gingerbread's fine. It's just now in Holgoth's possession, so they could use it if they wanted. They could eat it for the potion.
It has been.
They can eat it then.
Subsumed within.
Yeah.
Subsumed within Holgoth.
It's like part of their being now.
She contains multitudes.
Oh.
Okay. So, you all travel as the sun gets lower and lower in the sky until you find yourself at the edge of this lake. And it spans almost, you can't even really see the other side. It looks like it's a huge lake, but at this point it's completely frozen over. Everybody give me a perception check.
I want to go ice skating on it.
Can I have advantage with the homunculus?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't see shit.
Thank God I did. Damn.
Nice.
21, 19. Okay.
It was almost a 1. I was very scared.
3. Ragnar, what's going on there? As you kind of looking around, like just in every direction, two of you, so Tren and Earl, you spot something out in the middle of the lake, and it looks like a sled or a carriage of some kind. It's pretty far off.
Now, I say, does that look like a sleigh to you?
That does look a bit fishy.
Does Ragnar hear them say this? As soon as he does, Ragnar starts running straight for the sleigh.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Huh? Oh, you're running on
with
the
your
ice.
dookie little hooves.
Yep. And I have advantage. I have advantage on dexterity saves.
Sure.
What?
Let's go.
Absolutely.
You are about to eat it.
20. You start to run, and you realize it's slick, and then you kind of just go down on all fours, reindeer style, and just book it across this frozen lake. So
I'm just gonna look at Trent and be like, I wish he wouldn't just run into terror like that. I could have given him some inspiration to help him out, and he just ran right away.
Well, then why don't you give it to the rest of us? Darren, can I borrow your weapon for a second?
I have a weapon?
What is your focus?
Dude, I'm a wizard. I probably have like a staff.
That'll do.
Yeah. You say weapon, it's like, bitch, what weapon?
My weapon is my mind, bitch.
The staff, that'll do. Darren's gonna walk up with his all-purpose, flick it around until it gets into a woodcarver's tool. And he's going to just do a very light slice from the top to the bottom, and he's going to enhance it with Arcane Focus, which is his second infusion. You have a +1 bonus to its spell attack rolls. And
Just
you
attack?
ignore half cover.
Just attack?
Yes. +1 bonus to spell attack rolls, and you ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
Manage. Fucking. I can't change my
when we were doing it, just add it in your head or write it down somewhere for yourself, because
Okay.
I think I'm supposed to have an item that gives to other people, but let's be honest, that's kind of stupid for artificers.
Because I know there's a
create stuff.
grimoire that does the same thing, but it also adds to the DC.
No, this is just a stupid artificer thing that they didn't think through when they made this class. I have thoughts on artificer after playing it for so long.
Dude.
I love Artificer.
It's
Now,
so
Trent,
good.
that moment of kindness just might have made your heart 3 times bigger. And I'm gonna give you my bardic one of my bardic inspirations. So for the next hour, you have a 1d6 to add.
That sounds like it'd be a terrible idea. I should probably see a doctor.
Well, no. I could say something about calling somebody a terrible deer and being offended about that, but that would be a stretch.
Knowing Ragnar, he would probably turn around and say, "Oh dear."
Speaking of Ragnar, he has run off away from the rest of you. So you guys are still back here on the edge of the lake.
Ragnar!
He has made it
What
into
the
the
fuck
middle.
are you doing?
Ragnar, when you get there, you find what looks like an old sleigh, and you can see that there are presents, little candy canes, everything kind of stacked on top of it. But it's just one of the what are they called? The bottom, the little skis has been like kind of snapped and broken off. So it's kind of
the
like
runners.
The runners kind of tilting off to the side, so everything's kind of like piled up on one side. Give me a perception check. Go ahead, sorry. Whatever you were going to say.
Oh, I was just going to say he stops, does not touch anything, stands back, and like even if like when the rest of the group comes up towards, he's just like, "Don't touch anything. It's an obvious trap."
Are the rest of you following?
Okay.
Yeah, I believe we'll probably go a little bit slower than he went.
Delicately skate over there.
Okay. Yeah. So delicately skating. I will still need a dexterity saving throw, but everyone has advantage since you're being careful.
Oh my god, again! Boy!
Wow, 20.
How do I do this on mobile? Oh, not on mobile, on browser?
Right click.
Right click.
Every time I right click, oh.
Yeah, right click on the number.
There it goes. Go.
Trent starts walking on the ice, realizes it's not that bad, and just starts skating.
So Earl, surprisingly, you've been on the snow, so you're just kind of used to it. And as soon as you transition from snow to ice, you just poof and face plant onto the ground. 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you just poosh, and your top hat kind of rolls off away from you a little bit.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's like when your shoe flies off. You know how like when they say, "Oh, if your shoe flies off, that means they died." So if your hat flies off, oh no.
And
I hope it's not Frosty the Snowman rules where I suddenly just become a regular snowman.
And you just keep sliding.
Because you just collapse into a pile.
No. They're still a snowman. They're just fully inert and sliding as like a stationary object because physics.
Yep.
I like that. Let's go with that.
Yeah, somebody put my hat back on, please.
I'll put the hat back on.
The hat lands perfectly against the sleigh, and your body just rolls into it, and you're like, "Did I ever tell you the story
of the car accident, the sleigh accident of 2017?" I don't know why 2017.
Tell you about the time that Santa got stuck on the ice
on I-85, just outside of Atlanta.
I'm gonna
Traffic
roll that
is
one
terrible
for
in
her.
Atlanta around them times.
Oh, Holgoff's killing it.
So I'll put Holgoff here, but Earl, you didn't quite make it, so you're gonna be about halfway, just because of failing that check.
It's probably the smartest
like
thing.
Alien rules.
At his age, we're worried about that every day at his age.
You all slide to a stop right next to this sleigh, in which Ragnar said, "Don't touch it." So what are you doing?
Immediately
I'm
touching.
Immediately start poking it with my staff and fully casing this thing.
Okay.
Just kind of looking at it.
Ragnar is going to suggest that Trin, who is probably the more intelligent among us, or perhaps Darren, should
Bitch, mine is
investigate.
20.
Well, I know
Yeah,
both
but
of
I
you
also-
intelligence your main stat. So,
I am going to turn my all-purpose into carpentry tools so that I can gain proficiency.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have a look at the woodwork and have a look at everything using investigation.
So give me an investigation check. I'll say that everyone's kind of helping. So you take one with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already have advantage on investigation. Naturally, apparently.
same.
And because I'm using my all-purpose tools and I have proficiency in any tool that it becomes, I also get to add proficiency, which is +2.
Cool.
Cute.
That's pretty cool.
These are both with a +2. I have a 12.
12. Okay. So as you start to poke around this thing, you notice that as soon as you touch it, your hand just kind of goes through it.
Oh,
Because
I
this
knew
thing
it.
is an illusion.
That's not supposed to
I
happen.
was gonna
Piece of
cast
shit.
detect magic. Was the thing
And
I
then
was gonna
I was gonna say, do I got 10 minutes?
do.
you hear
Oh,
you hear this kind of like unearthly cackle kind of just coming
Oh
from all
no.
around you. This
Oh wait, I forgot to turn my light on. Oh god, the power of the sun.
oh god! White woman jump scare. Fuck!
White woman jumps!
So
When the hey Wolf, real quick question: when
Yeah.
when the illusion drops, is there actually anything there, or is it just blank ice?
the illusion doesn't even drop. It remains, but as you can touch it and walk through it, but it's still there. But like
Oh, well then,
you
can
can't
I
feel
check out
anything.
if there's actually something underneath then?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Not my character sheet. There we
Love
go.
you,
Had
Epsilon.
to.
It's just ice under there. It's just ice.
Well, where's the sense of just ice there?
Boy.
Okay, you can
Did
have
I
your
ever tell you about the time?
you can have your inspiration. You can have your inspiration for that.
You know what? I reckon Earl and Beconce
iPad
would be such good
alone.
friends.
Earl and Piconce would be the best friends, I think. You rolled a 10.
I need
right?
Earl.
Yeah.
Listen. We need to have Earl in Golden Vault.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, just bring him over. Next time
mean,
you're
he
in a
fits
game,
in.
you just need to have him there.
For sure, absolutely. We'll bring Earl in.
So, as you're searching through, this figure appears in the sky above you. And I'll just go ahead and unhide this thing.
That's not good.
As this old, decrepit-looking, well, for lack of a better word, a hag, is just standing like above you with this staff, and she's just kind of lowering herself, and you see that she has in her hand like the severed head of an older man, as she's just kind of lowering down. I see they've sent me more. And she kind of looks at this thing, and you see she starts to go, and she starts to breathe in this essence that comes off of him. And as she does that, you can see the wrinkles on her face start to vanish a little bit. As
She got that kid.
when she's done, it's just this skull that crumbles to dust in her hand, and she drops it. Not quite young enough. Let's see, how old are you? No, I'll just have to stick with the kid that I took earlier.
She looks like my mother in the morning.
At this point, what are y'all doing?
Ragnar's
What?
instinct is to attack this bitch that is going to hurt these kids. But you guys would know that and can stop him if you'd rather do something else.
I will literally put my staff in front of you so that you run into it and fall over or trip.
Clothesline Ragnar.
Yes. Of course.
I'm gonna just move slightly closer.
Also, that face is exactly the face I did when I was seeing what happens when I turn my light up to max and sit at the bottom of my screen so that it focuses just right.
It was.
I hadn't zoomed in on it.
I appreciate the power of electric lights on my white ass.
This thing kind of hovers down because she's holding on to this staff, and she kind of comes down. I do need everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm pointing my staff back at it like I'm gonna like it's like a broom or something.
6.
16.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so Bryn,
get
22.
Get fucked.
16. Okay. You are the only two that succeeded this. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. I hope
we found a creepy lady who
we're about to
probably stole the children.
So
she's got those children.
Welcome back. Hope the dog has stopped doing whatever the dog was doing.
She's in the crate.
Yeah.
So she has stopped.
That's what I figured. Okay. At this point, the as you kind of watch this and as she comes closer, Darren and Earl are the only two not affected by this. Ragnar, Holgoff, and Tren, there is this icy chill that kind of comes over you. And the other two, you notice that they just start mumbling and babbling to themselves. They're talking gibberish. The three of you are frightened and incapacitated for the moment as this thing starts lowering herself down, and you can see that she's using her staff to kind of guide her down. Oh, but I suppose I can save the child for a tasty dessert. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have a little appetizer now, would it? We're gonna roll initiative there, everybody.
Excellent.
Friends Ramblings is just him doing trigonometry on the sleigh from earlier. He's just going through all the trigonometric ideas.
Just like how the exact dimensions of every single part of it.
Oh yeah, he has figured out how to recreate this thing out of nowhere.
The calculus is like running across your head.
Yeah, it's like the same from Beautiful. Is it Beautiful Minds? I think.
It's that fucking meme with the white lady and the calculus.
Yeah.
All right.
Or it's this one.
You should know it should be showing initiative across the top of the screen now too. Is it?
Indeed.
Yes.
Awesome. That was an update. I liked it. Unfortunately, she rolled pretty high as she just starts moving in. And again, she's in the sky, so she's going to kind of come and she's just going to kind of fly over that.
I got a 20. How'd she do better?
When you're incapacitated when you roll initiative.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense because I rolled a 15, so I should be higher than...
Let me see. What is her initiative? Hold on, did it not do these right?
I should be higher than Holgoff and Ragnar.
Okay, it's got your initiative, Earl, as 9. Is that not what you got?
No, I got 15.
Okay, hold on.
16 minus 1.
According to D&D Beyond as well, us that are incapacitated need to roll initiative at disadvantage. While
that
you have
is true.
Incapacitated. While you have the incapacitated condition. You can't take any actions, you need to roll a disadvantage, so take this one instead.
I get a board. I can make it have a
13.
board.
So I have 13 instead of a 15.
Alright, everybody, roll
Mine
again. Just roll initiative again.
Oh, okay.
Can I keep the 20 I got?
Okay.
Yeah, you can keep what you had before. I just wanted to see if it was doing It's not auto-adding
is
yours.
awesome,
I
man.
gotta add yours. Okay, so read me off your initiatives. I'm sorry. Darren, start with you.
20.
Okay, Earl.
15.
Holgoff, what was yours?
7.
Ooh, that is low. Ragnar.
9. Yep.
And then Tren.
9.
Okay.
Holgoff, you have a high. You rolled second. You rolled the second time and you got a 23. Do you want that higher one? Because we're all.
I
No,
already
I'm
answered
okay
it.
with the lower roll.
The rogue's gotta be strategic in the initiative order.
That's very good.
So, now it's Darren. So it doesn't look like it auto adds yours to the combat tracker. I thought it did in the maps. That's why I just hit start, but I guess it did not. So Darren, you're actually up first. I'll still say
Okay.
she got to there before.
Yeah, she's like swooping and shit. First things first. Fuck nuggets. I should have cast mage armor. Wait.
Maybe.
That might actually might be a strategically good idea. 'Cause then I can get my Abjura's ward up. That's actually not a bad idea.
Alright, so what's happening?
I'm gonna use this. I'm just gonna cast mage armor on myself because I don't want my AC to be 12, and also that puts my arcane ward up.
Okay.
So
Does that give you an addition? Is that like a mini shield or something?
it's basically like a hit point buffer
Okay.
around me. It's like temporary hit points in a way, except they just last until the next long rest, and like it
Cool.
takes damage instead of me until it runs out of health.
Awesome. Okay, is that your
Yeah.
turn?
That is in fact my turn.
And now it is her turn. As she's about 30 feet above you, as she's like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. She's going to pick Trend. And she kind of like waves her little wand, like her staff around, and then she just aims it at you, and these frost shards just fly in your direction. Does
Ouchie.
a 25 hit you?
Well, I think it might. Maybe. Only just.
That's
Okay.
that
Aren't
meme
you
you were sending
incapacitated?
earlier.
Oh, you are incapacitated, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't crit.
It doesn't do anything extra. It's special for an attack anyway, so.
I thought you got advantage, no?
Well, at 25,
I thought so
at
too,
25
but it
might
doesn't.
still hit. Nah.
All right. I didn't. Why won't it let me click to roll this? Ignore this as coming from Holgoff, but I'm going to roll it here.
Okay.
Holgoff just starts stabbing you with an ice pick.
Oh,
You're going
right.
to take 38 points of damage.
Jeez.
Motherfucker! What is this?
That's a
I'm
good
down.
ass roll, is what that
It's
is.
cold
You're-
damage.
You're down?
Oh, I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have
That's okay.
resistance. I have resistance cold.
I figured you might.
So what's a half of 38? 19.
17.
19.
Oh, is it 38, not 35?
Yeah, because it's a plus
Yeah.
3.
Oh, okay. Yep. I see.
So 38 plus 19, so I will be
And then
16.
that
Good
is
to
her
see
turn.
that.
My pretty.
Earl, you're incapacitated?
No,
Okay, yep, you're right. Go for it.
I am not incapacitated. Alright, well, that changes my plan of what I was gonna do. So, I am going to look at Tren, and I'm gonna say, pull out my banjo and be like, you know, in sad times like this, when you're feeling like maybe you're a little hurt, just remember the magic of the holiday season. And I'm going to cast Healing Word. I'll do that at a second Oh, actually, oh, does this one touch? Yeah, that is. Never mind. I'll do healing word. Yeah, I'll do that at 2nd level because you lost like half your life, right?
It was a big hit.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, that was. Jeez, it's like. What is this?
now, if only we could do that in Final Fantasy Eorzea, that would be great.
yeah.
Right. It was a good roll.
That cast did it work?
I didn't see anything.
No, I didn't see anything.
Okay, that's weird. All right, here I'm just gonna do that. There we go. 15 health back, so almost all of
Cool.
it back.
Almost like it didn't happen.
Yep.
Then
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Ragnar. Wait, are you done,
Yeah, I'm done.
Earl?
I was going to say healing word's a bonus action.
No,
Oh,
it's a spell.
Yeah,
no,
but it's
healing word is a bonus action though.
But it's
It
a
is a-
bonus action spell, so you've still got your main
Oh.
action.
Oh,
You
cool.
just can't
gotta-
cast you just can't cast a spell slot spell.
Yeah, you can cast a cantrip.
You can cast
Okay.
a cantrip or
You can
a-
mock
Yeah.
that.
Actually, yes, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna look. This is what I was originally gonna do anyway. So this is great. I'm gonna look at the witch, and I'm gonna say, you know, no matter how many lives you take to gain your beauty, you will always be ugly on the inside. And I'm casting vicious mockery. Wisdom saving throw 14.
Just playing the banjo riff.
You say 14? Did you say 14?
14.
13. Roll your damage.
Yeah.
Just barely.
Dang!
All right. It's 4 points of damage.
Perfect though.
Vicious Mockery, bitch, that was a read!
All right, are you?
Is
are
Vicious
you done?
Mockery a D6 now?
I am a good bard, guys.
Yeah, they upped Vicious Mockery.
Fucking finally! Jesus! Bards didn't get shit!
Ragnar,
Words
I
are
need
much
another
better now.
wisdom saving throw from you. And
We don't
Trent
get shit in the
and
throat.
Holgath. Go ahead and make them because they happen at the end of your turns.
Wisdom?
Wisdom, yep.
Cool. Nope.
Lame.
Good
Okay.
lord, y'all.
Darren,
So-
you're up. By the way,
Skill 3 back to the top.
you can, I will say, you can use an action to slap
No,
them
I-
out of this if you wanted to.
Please,
Right,
someone help me.
let me have a quick look at this. Because the homunculus acts on mine after me, and it does have the dodge. So
It could headbutt you.
No,
I'll
no,
say
no.
your, you know what? I'll say your homunculus could wake you up if you failed the roll. It acts after you, just one little boom to the head, which means you only have 2 people. You could burn both actions to wake the other 2 up, but then you'd be at full strength. But it's up to you all. By the way, the ice is considered difficult terrain.
That's okay.
I like that little witch laugh.
It was
I
quite
just-
well timed.
Oh, I'll
I-
be right back.
Can't
Okay.
hear it, and I just fully blue screened, so I'm glad that happened.
There you go. Yeah, that makes sense. Your homunculus can move and use a reaction on its own turn, but the only action it takes on its turn is a dodge. So just dodges
for the
into me.
purposes of this, I'll
Moves
say,
into me.
just so we don't, everybody's locked down on the one shot. So tell me what you want to do. I can roll for you if you can't get back in right now, because I have access to everyone's.
Excellent.
Oh, no, I'm good. I didn't actually, I'm saying I, the
Oh,
human
you
being,
blue-screened.
metaphorically. I, the
Gotcha.
human, metaphorically blue screened. I do that a lot.
I'm with
Yep.
you now. Okay.
Yeah. same.
I could start trying to damage this thing, or I could do the smarter thing, and poke Rambo so that Rambo can go be Rambo at it.
It's up to you.
Poke Rambo first.
Yeah, I hold up. I got my staff, so I hold it by the end and reach over and just in the shoulder.
Okay.
Poke him
So-
in the shoulder.
Just hear a
Rambo will be up then. But that's your action. Do you have anything else you can do, bonus action or move?
Bonus action wise, nothing I ought to do right now.
Okay. Well, in that case, she's just still up there laughing, and she's going to launch more ice shards down at you, Darren.
Oh,
Ooh.
cute.
This'll hurt too. 24. Man, I rolled good on both of those.
Well, fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
Sorry.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. Oof.
Only just, remember? Only just.
Okay.
I may be a tank wizard, but I don't know if I'm that kind of tank wizard.
41 damage. It's cold, so you might have resistance too.
I don't.
Oh no, the reindeers don't have it?
No!
Oh
I don't
no.
think so. Am I
Okay.
supposed to?
No, you might not. I knew that cold damage, some of you had resistance to it.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Even with my Abjur's ward, that's everything.
Okay. So, she
Bye.
throws this down, and these ice shards just start raining into you as you, and then fall to the ground.
Cute.
Everybody give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Oh boy. 21.
Nice, because I only got a 5.
Okay.
Oh wait, was that a saving throw? Did I accidentally roll the wrong one?
21. You see that staff is definitely the source of her power. She probably wouldn't be able to do that if you could get that away from her.
Oh yeah, I rolled worse there.
Okay.
Cool.
Next up, Earl.
Earl, Darren is down. Earl is going to cast healing word again.
Okay.
This time on Darren. Gonna pull out his banjo, and he's gonna go, "Now, Darren, now is not the time to be laying down on the job. I know you can do this as well as I can." And then I'm gonna cast healing word.
Okay. Roll it.
You're gonna get 19 back.
You still have an action.
And I have an action.
We got one
So
incapacitated person.
Going to... Let's do, I am going to then now cast Starry Wisp. I am going to, it's going to be radiant damage. So let's try this.
So just, you can do that, but just so you know, you do still have one person incapacitated.
Which one is that one?
Holgoth. So you could either use your action to wake them up, or you could cast your spell.
Actually, that is a good idea. I gotta move then to get Holgoth, don't I?
Yeah.
Boop. Alright, then I'm gonna just poke at Holgoth and be like, now, you'll be waking up too. So now everybody's awake.
Ragnar, you're up.
You're on mute, honey.
Ragnar is going to he's just gonna be like, "I'm sick of this bitch," and just start like freaking out. And he pulls out so he's gonna rage, and then he pulls out his great axe, and he's gonna try to hit her with his great axe.
Okay. She's up in the air, so I'm going to make you roll an athletics check, because you are a reindeer. So if you can clear this athletics check, I'm going to let you jump and kind of glide up there.
Me?
I was looking for a 15. Do you have anything that gives you do you have inspiration?
No, I
get
it because he...
I have it.
I have heroic inspiration. Let's do that.
Oh, you
Let's
do?
try it out. Yeah, let's do it.
15's the bar.
Oh.
As you jump for her, she just slightly moves out of the way. and you're not able to actually reach up and get her as you kind of do that thing that reindeer do, run in the air. And it helps you glide up, but then once you land back on the ice, what do you have anything else? Anything you can throw or?
I've used my bonus action and my main action, so I got nothing else.
Okay. Tren, you're up.
Yes. Are you ready for Michael's Artificer bullshit?
Yes.
Yes.
I am. I think we need it.
Battlesmith Artificer allows me to spend one action to create my Steel Defender. And essentially what I'm creating is I'm creating another reindeer-looking metallic creature that I call Max, or his technical name is M.A.A. Or M.A.X, or Max for short. And he gets his turn directly after mine, and he can do his own thing. So that's my main action, is to summon Max. On my bonus action, I am going to, because I took the Cartomancer feat, and I don't know why I decided to put utility onto my Cartomancer, but I am going to throw the card that I have at Max, which is a bonus action using the spell Jump. So Max has can jump, essentially.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look it up because for some reason it doesn't let me slot a spell into this thing.
So if Max can jump, he will be able to make it up there. So then what's he gonna do when he gets up there?
So you touch a willing creature, or in this case with the card, once on each of its turns until the spell ends, this creature can jump up to 30 feet by spending 10 feet of movement. He has 40 feet of movement. What he's going to do is he is going to basically jump up at it, and he is going to try and the action Force Empowered Rend with a melee attack weapon. In my mind, he's just going to jump up and just try and
hoof it,
just bring her down.
Okay, give me the attack roll for that.
Which is a spell attack of a +6. How do I do this from here? I don't really... I'll have to just roll at +6.
That's fine.
So, D20 +6, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yes!
That's gonna work. That will work. And there was a roll to try to bring her down to the ground, but I'm not going to make you do that now because of the nat 20. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Cool.
As Max, what did you say? He looks like a reindeer?
Yeah, so he kind of looks like what Rengar would look like, but he acts more like a dog, like Max.
So he's a quadruped.
Yeah. He's a Labrador.
He wags that little deer tail and then jumps up, and he jumps. She's not paying attention to him because he jumps past her, and then with his antlers straight down, just slams into her from the ground, from the top, and just slams her down into the ice. The ice starts to crack.
You love the little.
Roll your damage.
So that's doubled, isn't it? So so it's 2d8 plus 2.
Yes.
Okay. 2d8 plus 2, and this is force damage. Oh, well, he got her out of the sky. 4 damage, the minimum.
Oh my god.
4 damage.
We got her out of the sky. Out of the sky. That's all that matters.
You got anything else that you can do?
No, that is my action and my bonus action.
Holgath, you're up. Let's show them how damage is done.
Yeah, damn.
All right. So she is basically defenseless now, right? Because her staff is gone.
She still has the staff, but she got knocked to the ground. And I will say, just because that was a nat 20, I will say she's prone.
She's very stabbable.
So you will have advantage if you run in to stab her. You got to run up to her.
She's talking a lot of shit for someone in crusading distance. Let's go.
All right. I'm going to use my rapier.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to run up and stab her.
Okay. So give me an attack roll with advantage on the rapier. So I think you just have to flip
the bitch.
Oh shoot! You were supposed to get disadvantage on the last attack after I did the vicious mockery.
Oh, whatever. I did forget about that. I'll take it next time.
Okay.
So just right click on
fucking
that
dead.
like +5 next to it, and then roll that with advantage.
+5 next to it. Okay.
Next to the
hold on.
rapier. Yeah.
I have to find it on the sheet
It's under
on the
actions.
iPad.
Oh,
Under
yeah,
your
go to
actions.
actions. Because it's laid out different.
Wait.
Yeah, it should be at the top. Oh,
I think I want to change to Psychic Blades instead of my rapier.
Okay.
Because that's also a melee attack.
Yeah. And it's cool.
Okay. So I click the
You're cool.
hit
I mean,
DC or the damage. No, hit DC.
Click
okay.
the hit right now, yeah.
They're
18
Roll
plus
it.
5, 23.
oh.
That'll hit,
Gonna
but
miss.
roll it one more time
Oh!
because you do have advantage just to see if you crit.
Crit fish, crit fish, crit fish.
No.
Aw.
Ah,
Okay, now you roll the damage, and then you roll the sneak attack damage, which should be right below it.
Nice.
8,
Nice.
here we go. Here's some damage.
nice.
16. Nice.
That's what I call
Is
damage.
that 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
So what do your psychic blades look like?
That's
Do they
a lot
look
of
like knives, or what do
damage.
they look like?
Icicles.
Icicles. Okay.
I was gonna say, you said they're cool, and I'm like, well, duh, they're made of ice.
Yeah.
They're like ice pick icicles. So they're just pointy everywhere.
Okay.
I love
So-
Love it.
Because you never said you didn't, this little mound of snow just kind of runs over, and then it forms itself right over top of this thing. As she throws one hand down, and this black icicle pops out as she just stabs it into this witch, and then pulls it
Fuck
out.
Yeah.
Can you do it? Let's see. The psychic blades count as a light, where you can do like a offhand attack as a bonus action,
Ooh. We love an
Or-
offhand.
or you can get out of there. Because right now you're right on top of her. That's up to you.
It's like, I don't fucking know. I got this far, mate.
I'm okay just getting out of there.
Okay, so you can bonus action disengage then,
And then leave.
Yeah.
and then step away. Okay. Now this is new, so I will say this has the weapons mastery is a new thing with 2024. So your psychic blades have what's called Vex on them. Let me make sure that's the right one. And Vex is if you hit a creature with a rapier, but that was the rapier. If you hit it with your psychic blades and deal damage, you have advantage on your next attack. So you have advantage just because you hit it going forward. Okay.
We
think
love
that
being
brings
able to
us to-
proc sneak attack really nicely.
Yeah, that's helpful. See, I told you the new psionic whatever or shadow blade. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, well, they
Darren.
got
Full
it.
knife.
Darren, you're up.
Yeah, if you get rid of swashbuckler, well, that makes me sad, but yeah, I guess I'm rolling a fucking death save, huh?
No, you're not. I healed
No,
you.
she healed
remember?
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Well, how much did you heal me? I can't do math.
Oh my goodness. I rolled it. Hang on.
19.
19.
Thank you.
Yep.
Preesh. That's almost my full health.
Yeah. That's.
I'm a wizard, boys.
You're a
Well,
wizard.
we can tell.
Rude, but true. I'd be madder if it wasn't true. Wait. Let's see. This is like an icy looking hag. I'm gonna test a theory. I got a theory.
Okay.
I want to cast
Game theory.
Well, what other kind of fucking theory would it be? Of course it's a game
Okay.
theory.
Keep in mind she's prone, so range attacks have disadvantage.
Oh, beans!
The
I'm not
hag
doing
laughed
that.
at you. You said that, and then the little witch thing in the Sirenscape laughed, but you couldn't hear it. Just so you know.
That's
It
fine.
sounded like that.
What if it's a thing where it has to make a saving throw and
That's
it's not?
straight. Saving
All right,
throw's just
well,
straight.
then I'll just do big damage. I'll just try to do some big damage that's like that. So I'm gonna cast this Tasha's Mind Whip. Oh,
Okay.
Ooh.
She is going to save, because I rolled an 18 on the die.
Well,
so does she take half?
Yeah. Yes. And that's really unfortunate because there was some nasty stuff it does if she fails, but
I don't like that she's hit pretty consistently, and the damage back at her has not been so great, y'all.
Yep.
Is that just like our shit rolls or our shit level?
It's just been the shit rolls.
No, our rolls.
It's the shit
Okay.
rolls.
Our rolls have been pretty shit.
This is a winnable fight. I didn't throw anything like. It's just the rolls have been shit.
I hope you wouldn't try to kill us in the Christmas one shot.
It's tuned a little bit harder, but that's also because I knew that some of you had cold resistance, so I knew it was going to be cutting her damage in half. I just hit someone who didn't.
Yeah, you killed the wizard. Briefly, but you know.
Are you? Do you have anything else?
I don't think so. Let me check something.
I love that little witchy.
It's so well timed.
Yeah.
There's a thing I can do. As a bonus action, I could expend a spell slot and the ward regains HP equal to twice the level of the spell slot. I should probably do that. Because I don't have a ward up right now. So I'm gonna... You know...
What spell
Nah, it's not... I was gonna do it, and then I'm like, nah, the one I was gonna use, it would be either 2 or 4, and that ain't gonna do shit for me against this bitch. So I'm just gonna save my spell slots and move on. Apologies. Continue.
No problem. At this point, she like grabs her staff and slams it into the ground and starts to pull herself up. She kind of like pushes Max off of her.
Yep.
She like looks around. She is going to take a step forward towards Ragnar.
Ooh.
And she's going to be like...
That's still going to be within the 5 feet of the thingy, yeah?
Yeah, I believe so. Because it was pretty close.
Yeah.
And at this point, remember, this is an illusion, so she's standing with like half of her body above this sleigh, and the other half just kind of disappearing like
She's
into
like
it, like she's
phasing into it,
glitching out. And she goes, "Oh well, I like to get up close and dirty sometimes too." She takes her staff, she slams it on the ground, and you can see it starts to like crystallize with ice as she wears back and just tries to hit you across the face with it.
We did not consent.
She's doing it at disadvantage.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That was a 2 on the dice. So that's
yeah!
2 miss. As
Vicious
Ragnar
mockery for the win.
just like leans back as it right through his face, or like right in front of his face, and that'll be it for her. That was a nice little break.
This is Maple. She has a festive collar on, and she's here for us.
Earl, you're up.
Excellent. Earl is going to... He has his banjo out, so he's going to pull out his little flute. He's going to close his eyes.
But you're like double doing it.
Yeah, he's going to play it the first time. He, please do a wisdom saving throw, 14.
I believe that's a 10.
Excellent.
It is.
So in this witch's mind, she is going to be hearing Last Christmas by Wham mixed with All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey at the same time on repeat, on a loop. Dissonant Whispers. So that's going to be 14 damage. And I believe hang on, let me clear the...
But it's only the high note, right? It's only the last high note.
Now you're going to have to try to run away, which is going to trigger a opportunity attack for...
It does not.
My friend. Oh, it doesn't?
Force movement doesn't trigger opportunity attacks.
Doesn't it? I thought the force movement
I have specifically tried to do this before, and I have been told no.
Okay.
Well,
how much damage
your
was it?
DM sucks. No.
14, I think. Let me check.
14's pretty good hit.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. I will give you an opportunity attack, Ragnar, but if you hit her, it knocks her out of the force movement. And she will stay.
I'm not going to take the opportunity attack, but
You
I
gonna let
did
her run
just
away?
look up the rule, and force movement does not do opportunity attacks unless there's a couple spells that specify it, though.
Interesting.
Cool.
Has that
Not
always been the
pass go,
case?
not
That's a
like $200.
2024 thing.
No, this has been.
No.
I tried to do this playing a bard back in college. I believe it has been a thing.
I think that was her full
Okay.
movement.
It's okay. She still ran away in fear.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, make it stop.
And it's gonna hurt her every time. I think it's gonna keep going in her head until she passes the wisdom saving throw. I think.
It's wham combined with the high note at the end of All I Want for Christmas is You.
Ragnar, you're up. What was that spell, just so I know?
Dissonant Whispers.
Oh.
Best damage bard spell.
Yep.
It's good.
It's the damage bard spell.
Rag.
Oh no, it's only one.
Ragnar is in a blind rage. He just missed her. He's pissed off. She's taunting everybody, and he
Now
pulls
she's
back
running
his
away.
he pulls back his great axe, and he's gonna go for the hits. So
Well,
You gotta run.
Here's the problem. It's difficult terrain for you all, not for her. So she ran her full movement. You won't be able to
where'd
get
she
to her.
go?
She ran 30 feet straight away. What's your movement?
Oh,
Because she had to.
oh, mine's 35. So, well,
You
then
can get
never
about
mind.
halfway
Guess I
there without
don't
it.
hit her.
Wasn't my fault.
And Mac, what was it?
So it wasn't my fault. I didn't make her move.
Yeah. You're just trying to make my character do terrible. I know how you are.
I'm not.
You
You got any thrown weapons? Got a javelin or something?
I was
Or
gonna say,
crossbow?
I'm gonna pull out my short sword, or sorry, my short bow,
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
and I'm going to try to shoot her with a short bow.
Short bow her in the face, if you will.
And it's not strength based, so I don't have advantage.
14 will miss. Do you want to move closer to her anyway? Or are you going to stay put?
Yeah, so I can get about halfway
About
there,
right
I guess.
There, yep.
Living on a prayer.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. With rage, do you have to make a melee attack to keep it? Or just any attack? Look that up and
I
trim.
think it has to be a melee attack, but go on and I'll just look it up.
Yeah, you can
You're
rage like multiple times. You'll
Yes.
be fine.
Okay, so she is running away.
Right.
So I don't know if we get to do anything. Would you say she is frightened?
Does it give the frightened condition? Let me take a
I
look.
don't think it gives the
Mm-mm.
frightened condition.
She
No,
does
it just
not.
makes her run.
Move.
Right.
It just makes
Okay.
them leave.
Okay, Trend is going to watch her starting to run, and he is going to basically, with his hammer in one hand, his all-bow in the other, he's just gonna like hit the ice and cause a little bit of a shard, and he is going to cast Catapult at her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love catapult.
It's a dexterity 15 roll, please.
Oh, that was a good roll on my part. That was a 21.
Okay,
Well,
so that will
rude.
on this failed save, the object strikes a target that stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object takes. I don't think it does anything on a failed save. On a failed save, the object strikes a target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object and what it strikes each take 3d8. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
Well,
I'm saying
on a-
it misses.
On a successful save, what does it say? Take half damage?
If the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, on a failed save, the object strikes the target, and stops moving. When the
Okay.
object strikes something, the object and what it strikes each take 3d8 bludgeoning damage. I don't know what that means. That's confusing.
No, if they fail to
'Cause that
save,
just
they
means-
take 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
But there's also nothing on it to say that if they Yeah,
If
but
it
you
does-
passed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it doesn't say
there's
on a
nothing.
successful save, then there's nothing that happens.
Then it's,
Okay, cool.
It's save and suck.
So that didn't work, but that's fine.
What level is this
My
spell?
catapult.
It's
a
a
normal.
cantrip.
Oh, it's
Oh,
a
no, it's
cantrip.
level
no,
one. No, sorry.
it's first
It's a
level
level one.
spell, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's
Um,
probably a saber suck then.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to use my bonus action to command my Steel Defender so that he gets a full action, because I can do that.
Okay.
Otherwise, he has his own thoughts.
Killer Max.
So my bonus action leads on to Max's full action. I am going to command it to use the bonus action jump, which it has for a minute, so it's only been 6 seconds so far, and the jump is 40 feet. The jump is 30 feet for 10 feet of movement, so I'm pretty sure that he was still relatively close. He could just jump.
Oh yeah, he's
Straight
only
over
15
to
feet
her.
away from her. She moved in and then went back. So yeah, I don't have a thing.
Cool.
for
So
nothing.
he can do that, and then he is going to attack her with the melee attack again,
Okay.
which is a d20 plus 6,
There we
which
go.
is a 25.
That'll hit.
Alrighty, and then 1d8 plus 2. Max damage, 10 damage. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. Anything else?
And no, Max is now next to the hag.
Okay. Holgoff, you are up. You
Okay.
won't be able to make it, but you can throw your psychic blades if you wanted to.
So I have a question.
Yes.
I have the ability to use a whip, and I have a rope.
Okay.
If I chose to do something with that, is that my action, or could it be a bonus action?
It depends on what you're doing. What are you trying to do?
I was going to try and whip the staff out of her hand
Okay.
and bring it back to me.
Ooh,
Okay.
very creative.
Like
that
that.
will be an action, I will say.
Okay.
I will say though, I think with the Vex, it doesn't specify you have to attack again with the same weapon, does it?
I don't believe so.
So you have advantage. So let's do it with your +5.
Oh,
Advantage
yeah.
+5 to hit to see if you can wrap it around the staff.
Okay. What do you want me to, like,
Just a D20.
do you just want me...
do advantage. Just do it like you're going to do an attack. So just right click on that +5 and do advantage of any of your attacks, like your rapier or whatever.
That didn't work at
It
all.
was a great idea, but with wow, 1 and a 5, that stinks. As
We've been doing terribly on rolls.
Yeah, the rolls have been crap tonight. As you do this, it's a great idea, and you see you hit the staff, but she kind of notices what you're doing and just pulls it away and goes, "This is mine."
I want it.
So what do you want to do now?
I will
That was a
use
great idea. I'm kind of sad
I
that
will
didn't work.
use a bonus action, and I will use my psychic blades.
Okay, because you did an attack, so you can use it has the light property, so you won't get the white damage. And I believe the second blade only counts as like a D4, but
Yeah, it's
Go
a
ahead.
straight.
so yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
you
be a
don't get
straight
modifier.
roll +5. Yeah, that'll
Beautiful.
hit. So
I
at
love
this
that
point,
you called it white damage.
well, it's what do you call it?
Oh, I don't know. It'd just be like physical damage instead of magical. I just like that you use like WoW terms. That crack me
Oh,
up.
sure. 7, and I believe the homunculus counts. Plus, you did have advantage, so go ahead and give me the sneak attack too. I believe this homunculus counts as a friendly target.
We love procking sneak attack.
14. Okay.
Oh yeah, the Steel Defender is its own thing. It's friendly.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
it's a buddy. It's
So-
just a little buddy.
You whip it out, and when you don't get it, it's almost like one. It's almost like one fluid motion. You summon the the psychic blade in the other hand. As you pull this whip back, you just let this one fly, and it slams into her and just melts immediately. 14 points of damage. Not too shabby. That was your action and your bonus action, though, so. Anything else? Darren, you're
Step
up.
1, get a whip. Step 2, whip it out.
That's kind of Indiana Jonesy, right? Like the whip, that didn't work, then the pistol.
Yeah, exactly. You whip it out and then you let it fly. Like,
As long as you're whipping it out.
Shut
That's all I care about.
Shut up, Ravnock.
Don't whip it out in front of old ladies. Come on, you all.
You're the one who said it first.
He always tries to
Okay,
blame it on us.
anyway.
Step 1, put that whip in a box.
What?
Let it- let that-
What are you talking about?
Oh, you don't know that SNL sketch?
No,
That's from 2006.
Oh,
She was
okay,
like a
all
baby
right.
then.
Send it in the chat,
Okay.
please.
I was a 6-year-old. I'm sorry, I'm literally crying now. We're having another cranking it moment.
Well, you're about to see a great music video. But you're up, Darren.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna put the GIF for now, but I will find the YouTube video.
Love it.
We're about to have another cranking it moment if we're not careful, so.
Ranking it.
That's
Oh, boy.
basically every time Ravnak Psychic and me are on a game together, it's always
Yeah.
every single moment
Something dirty
is a cranking it
happens.
moment.
Somebody does some kind of euphemism or innuendo, and then you just
Yeah.
break Epsilon right before it's her fucking turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
pretty much.
which,
Anyway.
Speaking of which, is she like no longer prone?
she is no longer prone. She is up. now.
So, like, Scorching Ray is a thing I can do.
It is.
Yeah,
You could have done
Torture.
it before. It's just, disadvantage.
Well, it makes sense as a thing I can do. Okay, well,
Scorcher.
I'm gonna Scorching Ray, and she's gonna get 3 things hurled at her.
Okay.
The first one's gonna fucking miss.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's why there's 3 of them.
18
That's actually
hits.
a 19.
Remember?
It's actually a 19.
That hits too.
Yep. You get a +1.
So it does
2 damage.
2.
Is that not
No.
what that is? What's that 2d6 got rolled 1 + 1?
Where did it come up?
Yeah, it rolled in the same block. Yeah, it's rolling the damage at the same time.
Oh. I don't see it, but if you see it, I believe you.
Does
So-
nobody else see that?
Oh, shit.
Oh, I see it.
In the
In
log?
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, okay.
10 plus 8 equals 18, and then right underneath, rolled with dice true color, scorching ray damage. 1 + 1 equals 2.
Well,
That's weird.
I can't see it for whatever reason. I'm not gonna question it. It's probably just because
It's the
of
first time
something
they've
weird.
rolled together all night, so I don't know what you did, but hey, go for it.
The other one,
So-
the other one before it did it as well. So we still
Yeah.
got one more scorching ray, right?
It's like a scorching ray. Yeah, so
I
you got one more.
do.
And we have
9. That's
19
a
hits.
bastard 20.
And
So
it's 7 damage.
7.
Is what it's saying.
yeah. So 9 whole damage off
Okay.
of a second level spell. That
You cast these out, and one goes missing, and she just kind of looks past, and then looks back at you as the other 2 slam into her. And you can see when they hit, it starts to smoke. It's like when fire and ice meet each other. There's this just steam that goes up.
Do I get a sense that continuing to do things with fire is a good idea?
She doesn't seem to like it very much.
If anybody's got fire, you might want to use it.
How much damage was that you just dealt?
9, but
9 total.
I'm guessing she either has a vulnerability or this is just incredibly thematically appropriate.
No one
she
ever
thinks
knows.
it's funny as well.
It's her turn, though. As she takes a step back. Okay, enough of this. I'm getting hungry. And she's going to hold her staff up, and she starts whipping it around. And she will first go after Darren. Because of that hit, she's coming after you.
Rude,
So
but
that
fair.
Rolling
is
it with a
a.
disadvantage.
Oh, is it disadvantage still?
It is disadvantage. My Steel Defender can do reactions on their own without my help, and the Steel Defender uses a deflect attack reaction when they are within 5 feet of someone that is casting an attack or a spell against someone other than the defender. They roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Smack the ice shard out of the sky.
So that will
I don't like to
be.
think that like the Max like jumps up and grabs it and starts wagging his tail, thinking it's a toy.
That's
with disadvantage,
cute.
16.
Get fucked, shield.
Silvery barbs. Oh,
Okay.
you have shield.
She said shield first, so the shield will go off. Do you still
Shield
want a
is
silvery
useful. I do want. Shield is useful.
Don't use silver yet.
Not yet.
I have silver.
I don't want our wizard to die.
Barbs? Okay.
Well, the thing is, if I use shield, it gives me hit points for my buffer, which was initially completely depleted.
So what is your AC now?
My AC is now 20.
Okay.
Excellent.
She does get 2 attacks now.
Well, fuck. Hang on a second. It goes up to.
I didn't necessarily say I was going after you though.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Let's see. She's gonna see Ragnar running at her, and she will. Now, is this still disadvantage, or is that just one reaction?
Just one reaction from the Steel Defender.
Okay. So this is going to be an 18. Does that hit you, Ragnar?
Yes.
Okay. So this is going to be. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one.
Your
Now?
silver barb is right there.
Silvery barbs. Roll again.
Actually, let me take this damage.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Fine. You know what?
Silver
Fine.
barb.
Take it,
Stuff for you.
bitch.
Okay. Oh man, that was a low roll. 24.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's barely a scratch for a
Yeah,
bar. for a
I rolled real
barbarian.
bad. I rolled real bad.
Jesus.
At this point, she's kind of looking around. She hasn't used any movement. She like slams her thing into the ground and just shoots up into the air. 30 feet.
Hi. Oh, okay, that's nothing then. That's fine.
Earl.
Excellent. So I'm gonna first go. You know, Ragnar, you remind me of a man who put the glad in Gladiator, whose brave deeds were great theater. And then I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration, so you get an extra d6.
I love
If
that.
if you really love Ragnar, it will be so helpful for a whole person to keep this bitch on the ground.
Listen. That's a great idea. And so I am going to now. So that was a bonus action. So now I'm gonna go into my spells, and I am gonna go because I do have hold person. I'm gonna go now, Miss Witch Lady. You don't think you're going anywhere, do you? And I'm casting hold person. That's a wisdom saving throw of 14.
I'll just set a spell and listen to a story.
I know
just sit a
shit.
spell.
That was a natural 20 on that roll.
Why are
Take
you
a
like
photo.
this?
Take a photo, put it in the
I'm
chat.
taking it. I'm taking it.
Why are you like this?
Me?
Rude.
It's gonna be a
Just-
Makes me want to quit because
The
like, I'm about to
cosmos.
leave. I'm about to just like log out.
I'm talking. Well, you kind of, but like more so, just like the cosmos that's letting me roll. Ye and my lovely friends who are just trying to save a child roll like shit.
We're gonna save these kids.
That one.
I saw. You have something else, Earl?
No, my brain forgot that you were the one rolling. I was like, oh, I have a heroic inspiration, but that's not. It's
All
not
right.
gonna help this.
Ragnar, it's your turn. I will give you the same thing before. If you can make the athletics check, you can jump up to her.
I have bardic inspiration, so Do I
Plus
have to
Come
decide that
on.
before, or can I roll first?
You can roll first.
you can roll first.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
Let's save it.
Yes, bitch.
So I'm gonna be able to get her,
Yeah,
or
are
at
you
least
gonna
roll for
bonus
the hit.
action? You gotta bonus action your rage again. Because that fell, right? Or do you still have it?
No,
It does not fall. The new rules keep it as long as I make a melee attack.
But
Or sorry, not a
or a
melee.
attack.
As long as I make an attack.
Any attack.
It
Perfect.
keeps. Yep.
So
It
the
used to be
rage,
melee in 2014.
the rage is like bubbling over you, and all you can see is her shooting in the air, and you think to yourself, not again. And you pull in all of that holiday magic as you jump up and just, you seem to be flying up in the air with your great axe. You can take a swing at her now.
I rolled twice instead of with advantage, so
Oh,
25.
No.
Oh, I thought that 25 might. Now, are you one of the barbarians that crit on a 19?
No, nope.
Okay, then yes, you hit for sure.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so on the first attack, I get plus 1d6 plus 2 radiant damage to her.
Okay.
Plus, fuck. Make sure I got everything here. Yep. Okay. So I'll roll for the damage. Once during my turns, I can re-roll the dice, so I'm going to do that, and I can take the larger of the two. Oof. Well, okay. So 13 damage plus 1d6 plus 2. I'm finally doing damage, so I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. All right, so 21 altogether. Oh, and I'm raging, so it's 23.
23 altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You see her fly into the air, and the rage fills you, and you think to yourself, no, this bitch ain't getting away. How do you want to bring this fight to its epic conclusion, Ragnar?
Oh. Okay.
This is the only hit you got, by the way. Is this the only one?
Yes.
I swear to God, I think Holgav took half of her HP away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've been keeping up with it. I'll tell everyone here in a minute exactly how much damage was dealt.
Oh, awesome.
I've got Ragnar. He finally is gonna get to have this rampage he's wanted. He's been trying so hard. He's been chasing her down. He's been slipping around on this ice, and he is pissed. And so he comes down with his great axe. And as it's coming down, you see the edge of it starts to kind of glow with this bright white light. And it just cuts right through this hag. Let's like slices her in half. It's gross looking. It's awesome.
All anime style, like you slash
Yeah.
through and she's whole, and then she like
Yep.
breaks apart.
And the blood, there's like
background.
blood. It's like misty in the air, and people can taste iron.
Yep.
Lovely.
And she kind of like crystallizes and then just turns to snow and fades away on the wind. As you
Don't breathe
slam
that
back
in.
into the ground, and the ice starts to crack a little bit again when you do your superhero landing, and you realize you probably don't have too much longer out here in the middle of the ice.
We need
I
to go.
think we all learned a valuable lesson about
We
not
need
Save your
rushing.
story. We need to go.
to get to the other side of the fucking ice.
Let's find those children, shall we?
Everybody give me a perception check.
Perception.
Ragnar's like, oh yeah, the children.
No.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
Excellent,
20.
23.
Whoa, where were these?
I know, right at the end.
Meanwhile,
Holgav,
Darren.
21, 23, 20. What was going on? Everyone's like super on alert now. And you can
It
hear...
knows I'm tired and really hot in my very silly Christmas sweater.
I wore one too, but you can't see it the way I clipped the stream.
This one is the worst because not only do they not have back legs, they also, on half of them, their legs are backward.
I love it.
So I love that even more now, though. Like that's
Yeah.
One of the best sweaters I've ever seen.
It's like the longer you look at it, the worse it gets, and it's amazing.
Okay.
You
What's
all
going on?
hear this kind of like clicking, sounds like ice smacking against ice. And it sounds like it's coming from under this illusionary sleigh.
I am going to, with my homunculus and my carpenter's tools and everything, I'm just going to give myself the best advantage I can to use my tools to, like, fiddle around and fuck around and find out, basically.
Okay. So, are you like looking underneath the sleigh?
Yes, my all-purpose tool has now turned into a ice pick as I'm like starting to
Okay. As you
move
go,
around
as
with
you
it.
crawl under there, getting under there, you can see through it now. And looking under the ice, you kind of clear it off. You can see that underneath there is a small form, probably a child, that looks like they are encased themselves in like this cube of ice, almost like they were being preserved. And it's kind of just uh right now floating up to the surface and just kind of gently clicking on the ice that you're standing on.
Like
It's
Prince Cornelius in Thumbelina, where he's got like the one finger out on the top.
sure. Good
Why not?
example. No roll if you have an ice pick, as you're able to kind of just chop through
Yep.
this, and then eventually, with help, can bring out this ice cube of this frozen child.
Okay.
We gotta save this children.
You
This
can give me
children.
This children.
anybody who thinks they would be proficient at this. Give me a medicine check.
I got a +3.
It ain't me.
I'm half
I
proficient.
gotta
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not.
I got a +2 for the proficiency, but if anyone's higher, the homunculus can give the help action.
I got a
So we don't have any
+1.
wisdom casters.
I have a +3.
Medicine should be an int skill
Yeah.
in certain
should be.
cases.
Run the +3, and I will give help with the homunculus and my
Ooh,
tools.
nice. 19.
19.
Doctors don't vibe check you to find out if you have turbo cancer.
There's a
No, but they
moment
do
of
vibe you to tell you to fuck off.
there's a moment of panic as you're looking over and you think this child maybe fell in and froze. But once you look at it a little closer, this was a method of preserving this as you would stick something in the freezer. And you think that they're being magically preserved, but with a little heat you can melt the ice and revitalize them relatively easily. It seems like the witch was storing this for later.
Didn't this witch know that when you put your leftovers in the freezer, they get frostbite? Now, this child, I think, is going to be all right. We got to get him warmed up and melted, get him out of there.
Do you have a torch?
You have a torch, says the one that just launched 3 scorching rays across the ice.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna launch scorching rays at a child. I'm gonna do something a little more controlled.
Hang on.
Man, just launch the scorching rays.
I'm not hurling scorching rays at a child.
We gotta save these children.
Ragnar's just beating the ice open.
I got this. They're still under, or are they like up now?
No, you pulled them out.
Yeah, we pulled them out.
You pulled them
I
out.
was
Okay. Just getting back onto the shore. I got an idea. And using my homunculus and my steel defender, we're gonna go to one of the trees and just kind of like chop it down and spend a couple minutes with all the tools and shit. I don't know whether it's like 3 times proficiency or whatever, because I've got 3 people doing this, and we're just making like a little thing of wood to just like basically create a fire. But like, okay,
like a bonfire.
You can make the scorching ray on that.
I just need prestidigitation and I light it
Okay.
with a nice little like festive sparkle. And
You know,
there's now a roaring fire.
There's a
love it.
scene in Batman Forever where Mr. Freeze freezes Robin and he goes, "You have 6 hours to defrost him." That's all I can think about.
Why does he sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Because he is in
Yeah.
Batman Forever. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
God.
You know what
We've got
killed the
so many
dinosaurs?
things to
The
send you.
Ice Age.
Buddy, I am 24 and uncultured.
We got
We
so
do
much
need
to
to watch
send you.
Batman
6
Forever.
years old when that movie came out.
Oh my god, I love that.
How old
movie.
was I?
We just watched it with the kids.
-6.
That's like
-6. I
3
was
Batman
barely
ago.
a concept.
I was like 3
So-
Batman ago. Yeah. So I'll probably help out pass prestidigitation as well.
And that
So we can
totally
just-
works. You're able to create this little campfire, and eventually the snow just kind of starts to melt off of him. And much like Holgoff's portrait there, it's like that old commercial. And again, this is for people that were born in the 90s.
Yeah,
and,
when this
you know,
came out.
he can't, it's like that kid that comes in dressed as a snowman and he starts eating the Campbell's soup and it just kind of melts away. And then there's a
melts into a
kid.
I've
at the
seen
other-
that commercial.
Okay, well, there you
it stuck
go.
around it at least stuck around into the early 2000s.
Eventually he comes back. It was magically encased, so he is healthy and whole. As you make your way back into the town,
Unlike the witch.
Before we go to town, Ragnar is immediately, as soon as this kid starts breathing, Ragnar grabs this kid, throws him up over his shoulders, and starts running back towards town.
okay,
And he just like leaves you all behind.
Ragnar takes off, and
To put my
Up in
wizard
rage
robe
for
over
this
them.
too. He's in a rage during this.
I will
You-
put my wizard robe over them for a blanket.
you just toss it as he's running. The sun is setting.
Yeet!
With
And-
the I don't know, just because I think it'll be funny, but on like the bonus action, he's gonna tell the Steel Defender to run with Ragnar. The Steel
Yeah.
Defender has 40 feet of movement, so in my mind, he's ahead of him
Well,
and
yeah.
just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
clearing the way and just clearing the way.
I mean, Ragnar's popping dash action, but he's only got 35 feet. So
Okay.
if yours is also doing dash action, it's much faster.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does have his
Can
own.
you change what your thing looks like?
Me?
The homunculus?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it doesn't really say what like.
Okay.
It just says that you have created a Steel Defender, and my mind is just that it's another reindeer. that
dog.
acts like a
Can
dog.
I?
One of the main things about Artificer is you just kind of make up most of it, like when
Yeah.
it comes to like, what it looks like.
Do
and
I have
stuff.
your permission
Yeah,
to
I'll-
take narrative control for just a second with your artificer?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
You send it running with Ragnar out into the woods, and as it leads the way, it starts. Ragnar, you can hear you can hear it start to change as you're racing back towards town. The sun is setting, and you know that you have to get them there before sunrise, before the sun
Turn
sets.
it into the wolf!
Don't steal my moment.
Do I get there in time?
Right as the sun peaks down below the trees, your homunculus, now having transformed into the vision of a large white wolf, bursts into the clearing where they're having their celebrations. And everybody goes quiet and turns to look at this figure out of their legends as it just turns and stares towards the tree line as Ragnar comes out with this boy over his shoulder and just sets him down, and the crowd just starts screaming, going wild. Tankards start clicking together. They had no idea this kid was actually in danger. And just like your flamboyant friend said, everyone gets incredibly drunk and has a
Keep
very
in mind-
happy holiday.
When Ragnar was running in with this kid, and everybody's really excited about getting him, Ragnar's raging, and he's during this. So that's just keep that in mind.
That's funny.
I think
Just
at
hyping
the
up
end
the
of it all,
crowd.
while we're all getting drunk, Earl's gonna go, now I do think that this is gonna make for a very good story.
Fade to black.
Credits
Yeah.
roll.
Oh, isn't that for when it's sexy?
Oh, yeah.
It does the thing where it zooms in on Earl's face, he winks, and then it
Oh, yeah.
turns into a little star and falls out.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what it does.
And then credits.
And then the
Oh
credits
my
start scrolling
God.
up.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. I love that.
That's so great. That's amazing.
Before we go, post-credit scene.
Oh.
Out on the frozen lake, the old woman from town, the one that was talking about the kids with
It was her.
the creepy, the flamboyant guy. She just is slowly making her way out
We
onto.
get it.
No, he was just flamboyant.
No, headcanon.
It
Anyway, go.
says,
I was
it
gonna
says,
say,
dress flamboyantly. That's all it says.
well,
And you think a heterosexual male?
okay,
No, anyway.
queer-coded villain.
Anyway, well, it's not a. He wasn't a villain. He was just the guy that
Well,
told you about the. You guys
Villain.
are putting a lot of. Let me do this. Okay. She walks out slowly, and she's kind of looking around, and she kind of like sniffs the air a little bit, and then she holds her hand out, and you can see. Well, you can't see, but this is happening. Some snow kind of gathers and lands in the palm of her hand. And she just kind of looks down at it. They beat me to you, I see. Ah, well, Frau. I do hope your death was painful. It's not going to help me find him, though. On to the next place. And then she continues off into the forest. Possibly to be seen again next Christmas.
I was going to say, so there's now like an extended universe?
Hell yeah, it is. I'm kicking it off. Holiday universe, baby.
Wolfkin's holiday cinematic universe.
That is where you get the post-credit scenes from. So, like, as soon as you said that, I was like, holy shit, we've got a cinematic universe.
We got a cinematic universe. I had the thought to do it with Easter, tie this one back in. I'm like, I'm just starting fresh because the Easter one ended weird.
Yeah.
Bonus points if you pull her in.
Bonus points if we what?
Bonus points if somehow you manage, like, if we do, like, the fucking Walking Dead again. If she somehow works her way into that!
Just, like,
I'll
comes
make her
up
in
in the
everything.
Okay. Rain looks over the distance. What the fuck is that? And they're like, what the fuck are you on about? She's losing it.
So, I do want to say thank you all. I know we went a little long. Sometimes the one-shots go long. Also, you guys are just great at role-playing, and I don't like to cut you off. And then also, when I try to wrap it up, Psychic keeps talking. But I loved it. I loved it. Thank you for letting me have control. I also want to say, Wivekins, thank you for staying up late with us. I know that this is past your bedtime. I appreciate you having you here. Ragnar, what was that damage breakdown? Because if Holgoff was not. Did you put it in the chat? I want to see.
So Holgath did do the best. She did 30.
30 damage.
Earl did 28. And I put Darren as 19, possibly 27, because I didn't know. Did she have the vulnerability to fire?
She did not. That was just flavor.
Flavor text.
But,
okay.
So I will say. So Holgoff, for your premiere on the channel, you did a third of the boss's damage. So good job. So yeah, I appreciate you having you here, and thank you for taking care of the dog emergency in the middle of all that. So anyway, when I say emergency, I mean she was just being a little shit. Nothing actually happened. But we've gone late, so with that, I'm going to wrap this up here. I want to say happy holidays to everybody. We've got one more stream this year. It is Kupo Quest Eorzea on Monday, and then I'm done until January because I need to sleep. But again, thank you, Wifekins. I hope that I'll be able to get you back on here in the future. And I hope everybody had fun. I've also got more fun stuff, too. I knew this would go long, but there's all sorts of fun little stuff you could do back in town. But when it was 11 and you hadn't gone out in the woods, I'm like, we gotta jump into that part.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I feel like it's supposed to be a combat. We should
Also,
we should
no one ate their gingerbread. Do people not like
gingerbread?
They need to.
Here's the thing. When I needed it, I was unconscious, and you can't eat gingerbread if you're unconscious.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's how you kill someone.
Knocked them out. Knocked the two people that you hit out, like, immediately.
Completely.
Okay, full disclosure, I did not realize that attack did 68 until we started. I was like, I misread that. That's a lot of dice. Also, she's supposed to get 2 attacks every round. And I'm like, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
No, that would not make it a level 4 adventure.
Yeah,
What
no.
CR is that?
She's only it pushed it right to deadly. But normally you all like rip through the deadly encounters. She's a CR.
We were rolling terribly tonight.
You were rolling pretty bad. She's only got 91 hit points, so that's one thing. She's only a CR7. So I was like, 5 people with uncommon magic items, they should be able to plow through that. But the rolls were scary.
Yep.
Anyway.
And also you get a wizard, so you hit the wizard.
There's that. So anyway,
my health
again,
was 26. It should have been worse.
Condor Rest was in the chat with us most of the night, so thank you for hanging out with us. Everyone else, thank you for watching this, likely on YouTube. Happy holidays! I hope you had fun. I had fun. If you want some more, let's do a holiday extended universe.
Yeah.
I've got a background plot in my head for some reason. I told you I went a little overboard with this.
And if you didn't like it, there's $5 to the Patreon, and you're more than welcome to have a go at us.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did like it, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, and if you want to, we have a Discord as well. It is free to join, but you're not allowed to argue with us. It is free. You need to pay for that privilege.
Yeah, it's $5 in the Patreon. You can yell at anybody except for Epsilon and Wifekins too, because she doesn't. She's just a guest. You can't yell at her. But
I love that I'm exempt from being yelled at.
You told us that you would cry. You said you were. You said you couldn't.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. That is in fact true. I would cry. Please don't yell at me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Not yelling at me, so.
Yeah, direct most of it at Ragnarok and Ravnok. Man, I can't believe your character's name was too similar to your own name, and Psychic, because that's just what they're here for. But yeah, happy holidays. That's all I'm here for. And I appreciate you guys always doing that pitch. If you want Discord, because we just like to chat in there, and then we've got a free Patreon you can sign up for too if you want, just to have some little fun extras. And then we do have some behind the scenes thing. I'm not going to record one for this episode because it's late. But for most of the other episodes, we do like a behind-the-scenes post-game chat. If you want to check that out on the Patreon, so
you want to hear us rant for 20+ minutes about the topic of the week?
Yeah, we
usually what it is
briefly on the game, and then usually talk about movies or something. So that's usually how that ends up going. It's like a podcast with no direction.
We should just call it like the topic, like title it the top whatever topic of the week that we spend the most time on.
I should. I've just been calling them bonus episodes, but I should probably actually be like book talk or something.
Bonus episode, the movie episode.
Movie edition. Anyway,
the one about the movies.
Check us out Monday, Kupo Quest Eorzea, last stream of the year, and then we'll be back with January for some more streams and fun. Thank everybody for hanging out. Happy holidays. I really appreciate all of you guys that showed up tonight and everybody that watched. So I'm going to end it here.
Bye.
Jazz hands out!
Everybody jazz hands. Everybody jazz hands.